allow the children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you.
Làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun today again.
Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun diary.
Tinubu is Ebola contagious. And as they say, elections have consequences.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀.
For no reason or yet to be given reasons, the Saudi Arabia that Nigerians were told that they were bringing billions of dollars to invest in Nigeria. Seems that the first investment is visa ban, but they haven't made it official yet.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti
264 Nigerians have their visas cancelled upon arrival in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Even though Kolu is still there. Pray very hard and work very hard if you want the hope that Kolu promised you to come to reality. Message from Kolu láti Jeddah. Did you know that, well, as some will say, the useless NLC of Nigeria, do you know they are going on national strike from midnight today to protest the assault on their president? Your hardship is none of their business. Today, so good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Okay, this is Mayegun, and this is live. The heartbreaking, or let's say shocking news that got to us this afternoon from the same Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they are shocking in the sense that Tinubu has been there in the last few days, and the Bobo, Abi the Zobo, Abi na the Lamba that they have been dishing out from that place was that Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is coming to save Nigeria's naira as well as Nigeria's refineries. Lamba, Zobo, there were no official statement from Saudi Arabia in this regard. But maybe we kind of, because we have been fed with their lies many times, or because we know APC, Egbekegbe, to be very good, lying, unprovoked. A lot of people didn't really expect anything anyway from them. Then breaking news from Saudi Arabia: 264 Nigerians who passed through all of the visa process, including new boarding rule in Nigeria that will verify everything before you board. And all this verification are shared between the two countries. So 264 Nigerians who left Nigeria possibly yesterday from Lagos and the Kano. Possibly those who are also going to Umrah, the Lesser Hajj, I think it's called, Abi. So they arrived in Saudi Arabia only to be told that they cannot on board, which means their visas have been cancelled, all of them on the same airline, Air Peace. There are some political sort of undertone as well, or should I say not political, it should be called a bilateral problem. The same problem that the UAE Airlines have with Nigeria. 750 million US dollars of their money is trapped in Nigeria. Nigeria has no money to pay them. It is not just the UAE. There are many other international airlines operating in Nigeria who had to stop operating because of this. But recently, I think it was late last year or early this year, Herpes, which is the only Nigeria national carrier per se, if you have to put it that way, made a deal where they were given clearance to fly directly to UAE. Okay, something that Nigeria has never really benefited from. They've never really had any international, any airline that has sort of the capacity of international capacity, sort of, or standard, until that herpes came. So that herpes that secured that route for their airline, they are now trapped in what they are yet to tell all of you. I don't want you to probably take everything I'm saying right now, like, just like that. Do some research too. 264 Nigerians' visas were cancelled upon arrival, even when Kolu is in the country. Whatever I'm going to share one with you. What Kolu had to tell them, like, in Nigeria now, there is new hope. Forget about corruption. Forget about he used the word, I think, categorization, something like that. Okay. I am the new person in charge, and I can tell you, there is new hope here. The world knows better. In order not to match them too much, I'll just show you a bit of the people Tinubu met, had a chat with, and told Nigerians that there are some goodies coming. And I remember telling you, the world knows Nigeria now. Okay? This afternoon, Ribadu, Tinubu's NSA, came out and he said, Tinubu inherited a bankrupt Nigeria, but they still don't want to go after those who bankrupted Nigeria. Now, the process that led to the bankruptcy of Nigeria, the world knows. So who is going to take their own hard-earned money and then bring it into a place where they are going to fritter it away, that you're going to kind of fritter everything away? People know, so, but we are coming back to that airport. They did not let them touch ground. Immediately they turned them back. But they managed, from what we heard though, they managed to get about 87 or 97 of them, or thereabout. Sorry, 90, 90, I think 96 or 95 of them, I don't know. So they had to return 177 of them back to Nigeria. As you are watching this video, they are back in Kano, and they should be back in Lagos as well. But how was it? One day sort of what did Kolu tell them in Saudi Arabia? That they said they were bringing you billions, not cancellation. Maybe you are the long shot is still going to be visa ban, but we'll get to that part. What really happened in Saudi when Kolu was there? From his own mouth.
Is to tell you there's a good change that is coming from Africa. If I am to be the captain of this ship and the number one salesman for my country, I must say to you, the change is right here. . 'Cause 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 ' perception of Nigeria has been that of layback, corruption, and giants of Africa with elephantiasis. But that is gone. The realization of that hope is here. The belief is here. The change of the perception is right here. Forget the categorization of corruption. Forget it. It won't happen no more. Don't give and don't take. We are here as a team to change that perception, to make you believe, particularly the private sector. I am glad I'm here in Riyadh, and you have Aramco connection to Deloitte. I cut my teeth as an accountant, fresh from university, with Deloitte. Aramco was one of the daydreams of our junior entrance because the allowances and opportunity in diversified economic base was here then. What Nigeria has to offer, you've enumerated very effectively with a great understanding that we are blessed with a large population. This population is full of can-do attitude, young, vibrant, and well-educated human capacity. Equally, Nigerian consumer is necessary for the economic growth of the continent. So the elephantiasis is killed. From this moment on, we are open for business.
I'm so sorry, guys. I know sometimes it's always like torture listening to him. But you see that short clip where I just played? It's a long one. No, I could have played you everything, but we are just going to offend them more. And you know why? The credit for that clip is for TVC. So that singular video, you may wake up tomorrow and YouTube would have asked me to pull it down. And they will say TVC said that I shouldn't use their video like that, which is understandable. But I just believe that if you are, if you are sharing the message or anything that has to do with public officials paid for by the public, so they are public property. Here you get. I've argued that and I've won a few times when I get sanctioned by either Facebook or YouTube. When they will report me, they will intentionally report this video. Here you get. But I just couldn't avoid that completely. You understand? So I'm giving them the credit. And if you want to listen to more, you can. But let's just kind of review the one that he just said. Even if they are going to report my channel and ask me to put the video down, okay? Relax your mind. At least we'll still finish the sermon tonight, okay? And I promise you, you will still see the replay tomorrow. So don't worry about it. I just want to let you know that it will get them upset. I have been dealing with them for a while, okay? But did you hear Kolu? That is the number one. He said if he was the number one salesman, okay, for Nigeria, he can tell them that hope is here. Then he started talking jargons. At that point, I started laughing, to be honest. A lot of you probably, you were listening and you were like, what is he saying? What nonsense is he saying and all that? I just started laughing. The moment he started talking about Aramco. Aramco is the national oil. So national, there's what they call that thing again, Sha? It is the Saudi Arabia's national oil corporation, kind of. They are the one in charge, just like NNPC in Nigeria, the place that they have completely looted. So Kolu was telling them that they should forget about corruption. Forget about corruption. Forget about all this categorization. You know, Aramco, even Aramco. Then that's when it started. He said, when I was working for Deloitte, Baba, he want to need Deloitte. I thought it's Deloitte, Abi. He said, when I was working for Deloitte, as a junior company, private enterprise, then, you know, it was connected. I was like, can you sorry, because I was laughing all through, like, that's it. It started. Yeah, started. Just watch. Then he quickly switched to accent. That accent that nobody actually knows where that always comes from, okay? That is the moment when he started talking nonsense. So he now says something about Nigeria population is very good for the Africa economy, consumption, and all of that. I was like, what is he talking about? So maybe those guys were just there and normally when Tinubu is going anywhere, okay? Maybe you don't know this. I'm just telling you. Whenever Tinubu is going anywhere, they will first send 2 presidential jets. You know, Nigeria has, 14 presidential, aircraft or in presidential fleet, okay? They have 14 aircraft, including choppers, okay? Helicopters. So they have about 9, okay? The moment they buy a new aircraft, the one that is being used right now, for example, I'll show you. The one that is being used right now, they will pass that one to vice president. That brand new one, they will make it for the president as presidential jet. So you get. So anywhere Tinubu is going, they'll first send 2 that will take about 80, 90 people to go and get ready that is coming. Then when he is leaving himself, he will also leave with the capacity of his own aircraft can take between 80 and 100 people. And he will still be inside there working comfortably, offices and all of that in that aircraft, okay? So, Kolu and his gang, those ones that will go as the first arrival, including security and all of them, okay? They are going to join the audience of anywhere. They have been doing that for a while. They did that for the Bokwari as well. So you send them for those who are going to be the vuvuzelas. You understand? They are like, directors of this, directors of that, PAMSEC here, that, APC, this, all. You know what I mean? They will pick them all and they'll send them as delegates. So they will be inside that hall with the delegation tag as the member of delegation of the president of Nigeria. So they will be there once Kolu started talking nonsense. So around that time, you will feel like, okay, my people are here. Or else, I will learn here. And that's why they would never want to. They did it. You remember, few times they left Bokwari with international media. You know what happened though? So the same thing they are doing with Kolu as well. They won't leave him one-on-one with any international media. May no go cause kasala as usual. But that's not even the point. The Jabba Jabba Robo that is saying there is what he told the Saudi billionaires, according to Akuri Nigalailai. Now, Akuri Nigalailai that told you that they've lifted the ban on Nigerian, they've lifted the visa ban on Nigerians to UAE. It's also part of the guys who came and said, but this time they were very careful. They didn't add any figure. They said the Saudi billionaires have agreed to bring their billions and give it to the Central Bank of Nigeria in order to to reduce the exchange rate in Nigeria. They didn't give a figure. Sure you get. They said that the Saudi tycoons, oil tycoons, they are now bringing their billions to come and fix the moribund refineries in Nigeria. But they didn't mention any name or any tycoon. So after all of that drama, as you know, Nigerians, they needed to make sure that they go to Muhammad's house and pray. And you know, so many people who are going to Allah will take your ibadah, Allah will answer your kinikon, Allah will kinikon. Sure you get. To satisfy them, Kolu told them to pray Ada. I'm coming back to something, but in case if you haven't seen this, from the same Saudi Arabia, this one is Jeddah, where Kolu said he met with billionaires and he met with government officials, blah, 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 right? That was a Riyadh, Jeddah.
Congratulations, Your Excellency. You've been able to perform this Umrah again. You were here just a few weeks before your election, and now you're here just a few months after the election. Can we know why you're here again?
Well, there's every opportunity to thank God Almighty Allah for what He has done for me, humanity, and the entire country. I am grateful to God for His guidance, His blessings, and His answers to my prayers and the country's prayers for good of all. We have to give thanks to Him at every opportunity that we may have.
Your Excellency, what prayer did you say for Nigeria?
For the country, may our prosperity grow and our humanity be kind to each and every one of us. The prospect of the country is yet to blossom to the level that we require. It needs hard work and consistent prayer, and we are giving it to our mind and our spirit in every way possible. Our strength is our diversity, and we'll continue to build on that for the prospect and sake of the country.
I'll accept your prayers.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's not like it is funny. Some of you are even laughing too. Like you sit down there and you just be like, for real long. You know what? So many things were going on in my own mind. I don't know about you. I'll tell you about mine. Do you not think God is really, really tolerant too? I mean, people that killed people, broke laws to gain power, and they will still believe, they will still go to the president of the holiest grounds, okay? And there's nothing like, you know, thunder or something to just strike them and say, stay away from me, you men of iniquities. You know, that kind of thing that will just make them scared and be fearful of God. And in their mouth, you know, they will kill people, rob the country. You see that guy way there behind? I'll show you that guy again.
Congratulations, Your Excellency. You've been able to perform.
That is laughing, sobo behind him. Look at him again.
Congratulations, Your Excellency. You've been able to perform this Umrah again. You were here just a few weeks before your election, and now.
That one with Balde Dabi, that is Abubakar Bagudu, the guy that laundered half of Abacha's loot that are being returned to Nigeria now. That is Bagudu in front of Allah, and nothing happened. And people, they impoverished. People they've terrorized in Nigeria. People they are lying to. They are saying, may Allah accept your prayer. Do you even know their prayers to Allah when they go to Allah's place like that? Because you remember they even took Bokwari inside the Kaaba. You see that Kaaba that you go to and you round it and you round it and you pray, you round it. Some people will touch it and do all of that. There are so many of you don't know what is inside or how inside is, Abi. They took Bokwari inside that place. They took Aregbe Mugbo Baba Kabiru. They took him inside that place. They all went inside, all these rogues. They went inside that place to go and pray for Nigeria. I remember that picture if you have forgotten it. So that's what's going on in my head there, like, Allah is merciful. Abi, he is so merciful. He's so merciful towards powerful criminals. But the people who are fighting on behalf of Allah, they will kill anybody and everyone that insults Allah, abuses the Quran, and they call them blasphemy. But look at those who are blaspheming against God, against Allah. They are making mockery of that your God and your religion. That is what I was saying there. They left Nigeria. Listen, and that is one thing that a lot of you need to know. Mo will talk heart to heart now, because most of the time we tend to believe that now all of us, they suffer Stockholm syndrome. I mean, all of us, they slow. You see, there are many of us who knows that these people are meant to be judged by what they do, not what they say. So if they are saying something, they don't really matter, but what they are doing. But a lot of you are interested in what they are saying, and you want to react to what they are saying. You are not interested in what they are doing. Because if you are reacting to what they are doing, same way you are reacting to what they are saying, maybe we probably have sort of scared them and not emboldened them like this. Make I explain that thing for you. Somebody like me, I follow what they do, not what they say. We are going to give you 40,000 megawatts of electricity. I am interested in how. If you say you give 40,000, that means you must have done your feasibility study so well, or you know what you are talking about. So then tell us how. None of them has been able to tell you how by themselves, except for whatever nonsense they hire people to write for them. Sure, you get? We are going to rebuild Nigeria economy and we are going to invest 100 billion US dollars in this. Okay, I will ask you, how and where are you going to get that 100 billion US dollars from? Sure, you get? Now, if you cannot tell me, I am no longer interested in anything else you are saying. I will continue to follow what you are now doing, which most of the time are complete opposites of what they are saying. Shey, you understand that now? Or you no get them? I'll give you another instance. You see, Nigeria is broke, bankrupted by these criminals. Even me, that is not in their system, in their government, I can give you at least more than 10 ways that these criminals have sort of bled Nigeria to death, to this economic ruin that you are witnessing today. So, if I now see those who have made so much money, acquired so much power and influence in Nigeria, simply because they have managed to hide behind what they are saying, that you sort of reacting to than what they are doing. Here you get, Nigeria is broke. But the criminals continue to what? To insatiate themselves with as much, whatever, as much luxury as they can, Abi. But they are telling you, Nigeria is broke. We need to do this, we need to do that. But they are doing opposite. So if you now monitor what they are doing, and the effect or result of what you are seeing in Nigeria today, compared to what they are saying, and the effect of what you are seeing in Nigeria today, you will see the total contrast. One, then you see the total similarity expected from the failure that their actions represent. Having said that, the likes of those of you who love to sort of spread the conspiracy of unity or praying for Nigeria, there is no amount of praying, okay, that is going to fix a country that the people in charge of it, right, are deliberately wasteful. You know, when you're deliberately wasteful, where you have nothing, but you are still living the life of that richo nouveau, you know, the rich people or rich country. So the result of what you are going to get is, no matter how much of prayer you want to pray, no. So the bottom line is this: when we observe actions and we know what the end goal is going to be, and we raise alarm, and you call us names, unbelievers, pessimists, and every other thing you want to call us, the moment the result of our alarm that you ignore, which is premised on their actions that you are also ignoring, by the time all that began to manifest, which is the consequences of what some of you call election, the elections have consequences. Once they begin to manifest, a lot of you want to turn it around and begin to use, you know, fancy blackmailing, you know, words. So are you now happy that Nigeria is bad? Are you happy that people are suffering? Are you now happy that, you know, there is nothing people can do? Instead of all of us to come together, instead of all, you and who coming together to fight who? To fight the people you once choose to pray for. It doesn't work that way. And that's exactly what these guys represent. Kolu is telling the rest of Nigeria to pray hard and work hard. Ask yourself, what is that work you need to do right now? What is that of prayer you need to pray right now that is going to fix the Nigeria economy? Stop corruption. Stop corruption. What kind of prayer do you think? What kind of work? I'm talking to you now as a person watching me from anywhere. What do you think that you should be doing, okay, to now make Nigeria economy working? What? Nothing. Because it is not up to you. It is not. They cannot be telling you to cut down and live within your means. The country no smile. And you are there reading headlines every day of how they are splashing billions, hundreds of billions on themselves, on cars, houses, and others like that. You are reading them, and you are also seeing your fellow Nigerians on television defending them. That's the chunk of the money of the country going into taking care of them. They are saying, these criminals, they are saying that Nigerians themselves are wicked. And listen to what and why Nigerians themselves are wicked. They're saying those who are selling food in Nigeria, they have increased the price of their wares, right? And even if dollar goes down, majority of them, they will still not change their price. That if everybody is at least try to be honest, and reduce their price, Nigeria will be better than this. These are the poorest, misguided Nigerians. They also listen to criminals who are telling them. The other day, they said one emir in northern Nigeria visited markets, and he was pleading with all the traders, marketers there. He was pleading with them, please don't increase your food, your price. Please, we know things are hard in this country. People are suffering. So please don't increase your price. And the ignorant mumus, Nigerians, they were saying, God bless you, Jare Emir. God bless you. This is the type of leaders we want. This is the type of leaders we want to talk to people, because basic economics doesn't work with an average, brainwashed, ignorant, and impoverished Nigerian. A lot of them continue to wonder, why is life like this for them? Why is everything so tough for them? They have no answer because they are ignorant. They have no idea the ripple effect of what corruption truly means. And they still don't want to. And the politicians will always use that advantage to fill their heads with bloom or sawdust. Now, let me explain something to you. You may not be spending dollars in Nigeria, but if you have not been told, the fact that for decades, you see the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they've never really invested in Nigeria at all. And investing in Nigeria means starting with the real infrastructures that are going to help and aid local production. Good roads will be very useful for farmers. 24 hours electricity will be of great advantage to farmers. Safe farm without a terrorist will be of a monumental advantage to farmers. Now, they have a storage facility. They have 24 hours electricity. They have a good roads to move all of their farm produce and all of that. They've cut down wastages and all that, right? That means with 24 hours electricity, whatever the industries in Nigeria, let's even talk about the production of foodstuff, drinks and all of that, who need to patronize all these farms and all that for their own local ingredient. They don't need to import them. They don't need to, you know what I mean? They could get all of them in one place, Abi, and easily, smoothly, no corruption, no roadblock, no this, no that, normal country. Abi, that in itself, right, will cut down more than 50% of what Nigeria imports into Nigeria. That is one. Electricity, one be. Road infrastructure, one be. This is just one sector I just gave you there that will eventually spread all over the whole place. So they did nothing like that. Now, your industry, so apart from the losses you are making from your farms, and in fact, the terrorism that has cut down their production in that area, right? Nigeria now depends in importing almost everything. Now, what does that mean? Including your petrol and diesel. Since you will need to use transportation, whether you are a trader of a small basket of tomato, or you are a trader of one trailer of onions, it doesn't really matter. The size of your business will determine the size of how much that goes into Abi. Now, because it is called an economy, you know what that means? It simply means that you see that person that is going to drive and run your economy on those fuel, imported fuel, they will be able to do so because of, they will be able to do so based on whatever they are charged from that source. That cost is on those traders, Abi. Now, you see those traders as well. The cost of all of that is on who? Is on you, the end users. At the end of the day, the bus driver, the train driver, this, what do you call it? The other trade and everybody, they all have rent to pay. They have school fees to pay. They have family to feed. They have hospital bills to pay. They have other things like everyone else. And once they get all of that, they also meet that same economy that these guys have. Now, what would have happened if Nigeria can actually refine our own crude oil and use crude oil in Nigeria, refine it there, and control the price there? What would have happened if that has been in place? It would have indeed, here you get, affect everyone, whether you are rich or poor, and you can build your economy like that. The world will see the potential when they see your efforts. Do you know what the world sees about Nigeria? It's not new. They see a cesspool of corrupt people where it's an hopeless place. So if you want to go and commit crime to make money, you can go and partner with Nigeria and Nigerians. Seriously, that's how the world sees Nigeria. And look at the rogues who have taken over the reins of government in Nigeria. The world sees them. And it is now a matter, and if you don't believe this, that I've just told you, that the world sees that there is actually no effort anywhere. There is no effort. All they care about is how much money is available for us to share now. And once they know how much it is, they share the money. And the money is not even retained in the country. They move the money out of the country right away. If not for the millions of Nigerians who are remitting money back to that country, subsidizing Nigeria, Nigeria would have been worse than Somalia, Venezuela combined. Now, people, they find Nigerians are looking for visa to Somalia now, looking for visa to Venezuela now, because of the economy these guys have created. Every money, every forex they find inside the Central Bank of Nigeria, they have something to do with them. Esther codes. And then, it is like a crime scene. You need to be very careful before you take your money there. In 8 years, Nigeria, that they regarded as a growing economy, one of the top 3 growing economies in the world, in 2015, before these criminals came, Nigeria entered negative. Fitch and then so many other international rating agencies, they have to give Nigeria negative for straight 7 years under these criminals. So the effect of that is that if all of you know that the ripple effect of them making Nigeria so dependent on importation, and they have all been talking and talking and talking. If talks can actually make things happen right now, according to APC, 1 naira will be $1. A liter of petrol in Nigeria will be 40 naira to a liter. Yes, petrol. Spaghetti that they are now selling for spag, they are selling for 750 naira now. That bunch, 750, was 90 naira as far back as 2015. I saw some people debating that on social media earlier today. And there are people who were saying, is this 1967? When was it that Nigerians ever bought a bunch of spaghetti for 95 naira? Yes, it was sold for 90 naira before these criminals came. And I still remember when it was being sold for 120 naira. And you are making a joke and comparison in 2016 then. 120 naira, 150 naira. Today it is 750 naira. If these guys were to be taken by their words or to be believed, today Nigeria would have been generating and distributing 40,000 megawatts of electricity. By today, Nigeria would have all of their refineries working and another 4 brand new one built by these criminals. That's what they promised. 10,000 megawatts a year, 40,000 megawatts in 4 years, 80,000 megawatts of electricity in 8 years. And they said, no, they are going to give Nigeria 1 gigawatt. Gigawatts. You know, say megawatts, and they have another one called gigawatt. I think it is 100 megawatts that makes 1 gigawatt. These guys were saying all of that, and guess what? They met Nigeria electricity generation at 7,500. The whole Nigeria, 7,500, right? Now, Nigeria was distributing 3,500 megawatts of electricity. These criminals came. Nigeria National Grid collapsed. Listen to this one. Nigeria National Grid in 8 years collapsed for 124 times. 124 times. Yes. That the whole Nigeria was in darkness. Nowhere had electricity for hours. The last time that happened was in 1985. And guess who was in charge of Nigeria then? The same lifeless Bokwari at the time. So 30 years after, instead of adding to Nigeria electricity, Nigeria National Grid continued to collapse. Epileptic, dakudaji. By the time the Bokwari left, they were distributing 2,500 megawatts of electricity. They didn't have 1 single megawatt to Nigeria National, Nigerian generated electricity generation. I'm saying this, so go and verify it. APC, Egbekegbe, they did not add 1 single megawatt of electricity to Nigeria electricity in 8 years. But do you know that for those 8 years, there were those, there are some of you, if you remember and recollect as you are watching me right now, there were those that some of you were actually listening to. Those who were telling you then that people like Maiyegu, that was kind of criticizing and exposing the fraud called APC, Egbekegbe under Bokwari, they said people like us were lying. That Bokwari, by the time Bokwari was done, that a lot of you will be so proud. Where are those people today that Nigeria is bankrupt? Some of them have switched and changed their profile from Bokwari and fake Pastor Ruga. They have changed their profile on social media. They have changed them to that of Tinubu and the shitty man. And they are doing the same thing, telling you, he's their enemies. Don't listen to them. Tinubu is going to make you prosperity. Tinubu is going to fight corruption. Tinubu is, no. They are not going to. So after 8 years, Abi, then you begin to say, don't blame the people now. And what do you want the people to do? At least they trusted them. So let us just all come together and then come together to come and save Nigeria again in 8 years when they have wasted 8 years of your lives. You will see those people again. They will change you again and give you another idea. Maybe not hopefulness they will give you that time. Or a Dorado arrival. For those of you who make it that far. Listen to this woman.
Ìjọba àgbáyé ẹ gbà wá o, ẹ gbà wá o, ẹni ká dìbò àdìbò fún yín tẹ́ wọlé fìyà jẹ wá o,
ẹja tá a rà ní 30,000 ó di 70,000 kó tẹ 15,000 ó di 40,000 ẹ ṣàánú ebi ń pawọ́ ẹ má ní wá lára a lè jáde a lè jẹun o àti wà nulẹ̀ ẹja ìdọ̀là ń tàtà fi rán ọmọ ní skúlù a lè rán ọmọ skúlù bá a lè jó a lè wá sọ́jà mọ́ a lè jẹun ẹ ṣàánú ẹ má ní wá lára ara ní wá o ara ní aráàlú ẹ ṣàánú ẹ bá fara ní wá o ẹ bá sọ gbogbo èdè rọ o ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí kò dáa fún wa o ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ni ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ẹ má ní wá lára ẹ má fara ní wá ẹ ṣàánú wa ilé làwọn àdèjáde àdèjẹun àròwó tajà àròwó jẹun gbogbo tẹ̀ ṣe fún wa ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ẹlẹ́jọ́ ìgbòdo sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣàánú wa o Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o ìjọba Èkó yìí náà ẹ ṣàánú wa á ti dìbò fún yín kò yẹ kó ẹ wá ṣe báyìí fún wa Sanwó-Olú ẹ ṣàánú wa á ti dìbò fún yín gbogbo tẹ sọkọdẹ padà wá ń ṣe yìí ẹni wá lára ni ẹni ẹ máa dùn aráàlú ẹ dùn wá nú ẹja ta fi ṣe gbàjọ ta fi rán wọn léwe ẹ jẹ́ ká rán wọn léwe mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rán jẹjẹ ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣíjú àánú wa ẹ má ní wá lára ara ní aráàlú gbogbo ọtọ rẹ jẹ ara ni wọn àwọn tàtà náà ara ni wọn ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa Sanwó-Olú àbẹ Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o a ti dìbò fún ẹ wá wọlé tán ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ wá ní ọmọ Yorùbá ara yín lára jẹ ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí ìbò wọlé tí ìbò bá wọlé kò ní rí báyìí ṣebí ẹdẹ ilẹ̀ bá ṣe kí lè ṣe kankan ẹ ní kankan ṣe fún ẹni wá lára ni èmi lọ́kàn ṣé ó ti kàn yín sí tẹjọ́ mi Èkó ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún wa ẹni wá lára ni ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún ara ni wá àrùn jẹjẹ tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ gbèsè ti pọ̀ ju o gbèsè pọ̀ ju ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú o ebi ń pawọ́ ẹ ṣàánú wa o tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ owó ẹ ṣàánú wa o láṣẹ kẹ́ bàbá yín kẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tẹ ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú.
Let me tell you what she was saying, just in case if you don't understand Yoruba. She's a popular fish seller in Lagos. One of the popular markets in Lagos, Oyigbo Market. So she's popularly known as Eleja Oyigbo. Let me tell you something. There are so many of us that are fortunate to have our parents who were traders in different things, especially those who trade in foodstuffs, sending their children to schools, building their own houses. Like it's kind of a sort of a prosperity that is created by them to help themselves without having to rely on the government, mostly women. I grew up around those women who were so successful for just selling fish, selling meat, beef, and they did so well. But you know what killed most of them? Inflation. They are the member of that macroeconomy that is sustaining the corrupt economy created by these criminals in Nigeria. But slowly, but steadily, slowly and slowly, they have been wiped out. Now, the last remnant you are seeing, so they are traders, but they are still living in poverty. Majority of them, the value of their money got so depreciated, they entered debt. So now let me tell you what that woman was talking. She was right there lamenting the situation of the country. And she said that Tinubu's government should come and help them. That they were told to vote for Tinubu and they voted for him. That everything he said he was going to do for them, he's not doing it. That people are suffering. That she sells fish and now she's in debt, okay, because people are not even buying. because they themselves too, they cannot even afford to buy them anymore. They have become so expensive and expensive. Nigeria is surrounded by water. Most of this Atlantic Ocean that they are going to get some of this seafood from, they are in Nigeria instead of waiting for the imported one. If Nigeria was a real place, oh my show. So because of this inflation and broken currency, broken economy, they have to bear the costs now. They have no subsidy. And majority of them cannot afford to refill their stock anymore. Those who manage to do that, people are no longer patronizing them because people have become poorer. Now, the people are not patronizing them. Inflation and everything is cutting all of their profit and cutting into their capitals. And they are almost running out of businesses. Majority of them can no longer send their children to school. They can no longer take care of their families. They can no longer aspire to do great things from their businesses anymore. But do you know the saddest part? Do you want me to tell you the one that breaks hearts mostly? Out of everything I have told you. If they conduct another election this evening, just after that woman made that video, the woman will still stand behind the Tinubu. I'm serious. Oh, Mayegun, you cannot be too sure. Oh, I am very sure. I am 100% sure. They will tell you, we will. No, don't listen. She will stand, and if you ask her, but ma, why are you? I mean, you still standing behind? I don't want to waste my vote. We just pray that let God just touch their hearts. Let God touch their hearts, because I don't want to, I don't want to go and waste my. Sure you get, and you'll be there dumbfounded. She also said, Tinubu said, Emi lokon, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn. Now that it is your turn, she's so sad that as a Yoruba woman, at least if Nigeria is going to be hard, Yorubas shouldn't feel it hard. Do you understand that sentiment in that statement? Yeah, she said, you said Yoruba lokon, and you are doing all of this to we the Yoruba people, And you said they said that Igbo we should not vote for Igbo. So we should have allowed an Igbo man will never do this. That's what she said. But don't get carried away by all of that. The next video you are going to see in another day or two, they would have sent 1 or 2 APC people there. Yeleja. Mameleja, it's okay. We saw your video. We know that things are going hard in this country, Mama, sorry, Everybody, see, President Tinubu is trying, That is why President Tinubu went to India. That is why he went to America. He is currently in Saudi Arabia. He's meeting with all the billionaires to come to Nigeria and bring everything to Nigeria. Some Nigeria enemies are telling them not to come. Yeleja, everything is coming, They are bringing sheep that will bring cheap fish. That you will buy fish, you will be tired. Governor said we should give you this 5 million naira to help your business, okay? Yeleja, don't worry. Tell all the women, tell them everything will be fine. You may see another video in another 2 days. Governor said we should give you this, 5 million naira to help your business. And in another 6 months, Mameleja, in another 6 months, you will see. So, Shege, thank you. You see that guy, that child that recorded her, they recorded her on purpose. That's why I said, don't attach too much emotion yet. So if I tell you that if they say, Tinubu, Obi, Atiku again, she will stand behind their Tinubu. And if you ask her why, she will tell you, it's a Yoruba. Ogo Yoruba. Because of Ogo Yoruba. Because you see, it's a Yoruba man. Yoruba is a very, it's Yoruba. Any other reason, ma? Yes. I have many reasons. Give us another reason, ma. See, as a Yoruba woman, as a mother, we all pray that our child will become Olorire, he will be successful. So, it's a Yoruba, and I'm not making that up. It's this because of what it is. And that is why a lot of us believe that you cannot preach to the, what do you call it? You cannot preach to this audience. You need to uproot the system that put them in that situation totally. And put something else in place. So she was kind of, and at the end of the day, say, Mommy, once this video go viral, APC people can come and see you. If they come here, the same woman will do another video and say, I did not do my video to let anybody come and say nonsense about Ashiwaju. Ashiwaju is the best thing. Ashiwaju is going to make Nigeria better. Ashiwaju, it is Nigerian thing. Because you know something? Nigerians don't really hate corruption. Okay. Some Nigerians don't really hate corruption. They just don't like the fact that they are not benefiting from it. So if all of us, if me, we no like corruption, begin to shout and say, these corrupt people, and you are saying, yes, Mayegun, very, very corrupt people, very, very this thing and that. Before I know it, once they say, hey, no take them, now bread, they won't throw you. Nobody should take that bread. Don't listen to them. They are trying to throw you bread, though. They go just do like this. Say, ready? Now you go see like about 5 people that will drag that bread. That is when you realize that you are all by yourself. Some Nigerians don't hate corruption. They are just not comfortable and happy if they are not the one doing the corruption or benefiting from it. And that is why when everybody is shouting solely, dari, solely this and that, the moment they give appointment to some of them, they begin to tell you, see, my brother, I'm an aluta. They say, nah, that's why I'm so wondering that you are a comrade now. We used to always kind of fight these people together. Listen. You see, there are so many things that we don't understand, my brother. Tell us now. You see, when I was like you, I was also angry. But you see, the moment I joined them, I realized that, governance is not that easy. There are so many interests, my brother. For a president to make a decision on it, it's not easy. There are some people in this country that the president cannot sleep except they tell him, go and sleep. My brother. There are some people in this country, before the president can eat, he has to call them and say, I want to eat. They will say, go ahead and eat. That Tinubu that you are seeing, so, you see, if you are not inside, you understand. There are some people, maybe say, we don't see them, they are spirits. Sometimes the president would have said, okay, tomorrow, I am going to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. I'm going to stop corruption. The president would have said, he would have told all of us so. And everybody is even scared. Hey, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Then tomorrow, they say, the spirit will come. And it will and tomorrow the president will just come out and just be like, nothing happened. I say, now my brother, it's not easy. That is why you have to pray for them. I say, Nikure. We know them. That's why you should remember this. No be all Nigerians hate corruption. Many of them just don't like it, that they are not benefiting. Once they begin to even if not tiny, if not tiny, then they benefit. In order to benefit more, they will do the work like say, Baba, You self go the wonder about when did Lekus turn to this? They don't really hate oppression. They don't. They just don't like it that they are not the one doing the oppression. Once you remember these two about Nigerians, when they speak, whether they are dropping emotion, whether they are crying, whether they are like, I'm going to die. I'm I'm going to die tomorrow if I don't hear, it's all lies and all of that. Just remember that if they are screaming, any of them won't really speak if it is not happening to them. And sadly, it is happening to everyone. See this brother who, I don't know, people do this all the time. I don't know why they do that, right? Take a look.
You see, now my NYC certificate with this.
An original one.
Now my original one with this, limited. Now the school I finished from with this. You see, that's my university. Now this is my primary school, Command Children's School. It's now Lungi Barracks. It was Gardiner School Barracks. Now my file for my, in fact, this is my jam, but it's useless.
Why you want to born yourself?
Why I want born now? See, 13 years and I swear, every job what I don't do, na job where I dey drag with people who no go school. So why you can't get, what's the essence of certificate? What I want born and now, I go born everything now. More no say, na job, because this country now, to get certificate be like waste of time. If you ain't a certificate we get for this country, you won't travel out. They go they tell you say, you know, if you use the certificate, you go release something. So why you having this rubbish? Even to be president now, you feel for a certificate. This is it. Look at where. This is my NYC. See, record them. Now my NYC with this. Laminated. This one is my secondary school.
No bonding certificate now there.
Okay, this one is primary school. I no been at secondary school. Man, no born waiting. This is my.
You know the day we work go come now.
My brother, no we know all of us now, eh? No we know for the country. Now work way illiterate they do, but we no go school.
In the Bonamu.
I never start. I don't want to make the fire catch. I be this so.
In the one I say in the Bonamu.
Don't be say touch.
Why they born your certificate?
There is no essence. That is okay with this. You finish school. See, I even advise, show my face, make it. I advise. Now be this, show this again. Now be this. In this country now, you better say you go learn work. You see, now my NYC certificate.
And it may sound kind of, you know what I mean, sort of funny and stupid at the same time. But of what use are those certificates anyway, to look for a job, to apply for visa, or to do what? Well, different stroke for different folks, you will say. Abi? So the other day, we were talking about what are the people going to do? What are you going to do now that every institution in Nigeria has been captured? You can't depend on the judiciary anymore. For those who ever depended on them anyway. The INEC is totally bunker. And some people felt like they are, or they still have a chance of mobilizing people against 2027, whatever it is, I don't know. But I am glad that one of them who participated in this last charade in Kogi State, that Ajaka guy, he was asked that what was he going to do now that, they've sort of rigged him out, and he said nothing. That he's learned his lesson. That he's been, listen to him, I'm going to come back.
The beavers, everything is going to be perfect. I mean, I 100% ascribe to that. Would you say you are naive to have? I think I've been naive and stupid. And next time I'll know what to do.
You were taught a bitter lesson.
Yes, it's very unfortunate, but in the interest of Nigeria and for the survival of Nigeria.
So he was asked if he was going to go to court to challenge Ododo of Yeye Bello. And he said it's pointless. It's a waste of time. There's no point in going to court. Everybody gets the message now. Okay? If you say you want to protest against these criminals, you are just probably going to commit suicide, like, just going to have yourself killed. So if you want to say, I want to go after, I want to protest against them, you must actually, like a rebel against them, harm yourselves to defend yourselves against their criminal police and the rest. So if you cannot provide and prepared for such, there's no point in saying you want to go out and then face them, because forget it. It is like a death wish. So if they tell you, if you go into elections with them, you must also hire armed groups, violent this, and the rest of that, print your own result sheet, and, kidnap the INEC officials and force them to announce you. If you cannot do all of that, don't bother going into an election with them, or else you'll come back and begin to lament. If they tell you to go to court, you know what's going to happen in court. It is their INEC that is going to stand and defend the fraud. The same INEC that you'll be like, she na INEC they carry ballot paper ni. She na INEC they feel this or that ni. Is the INEC that is shooting people ni? Is it not the politicians and the rest of them? But the law says if that should happen, elections in those places should never be allowed. But right before your very eyes, the same INEC will come and announce nonsense, Abi, and they will tell you to go to court. When you get to court, the same INEC will say you have no case and they shouldn't look at your evidences. And the court will say, no, you have no evidence because INEC said you don't have evidence. And then you do that again and again and again. So the guy said, listen, I was naive. In fact, I was stupid. That's his word, isn't it?
The beavers, everything is going to be perfect. I mean, I 100% ascribe to that. Would you say you are naive to have? I think I've been naive and stupid. And next time I'll know what to do.
I have been naive and stupid to believe that. And I think things are getting to that stage that people are going to begin to realize that, oh, more. Don't risk your life. Anybody, let us go and protest with you. You need to open your eyes very well and see those who wants to lead it. You get? It's just those who are going to be carrying placard and peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Who are you telling peaceful protest? You want to have peaceful protest with violent people? Well, time will tell. So talking about their election, and before we come back to revolute or to protest, right? Before we come back to that, let's go to Bayelsa. The same roguish stuff. Here, they are fighting over elections at the coalition. I don't know if you've seen this.
That one should be sent out of this place.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that
only people who can accept the pain of rigging should be participating in an election. So now, make I do my art talk before I take calls tonight. You see, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. Majority of us who are raising alarm every now and then, we are doing so to see if they or you would wake up and do something to prevent or avert the doom, which is the end of the trajectory of where they are taking Nigeria. And somebody sent me a video, and that video is it is about Nigeria and Nigeria problems. And some of us who are still young but not too young can tell a bit of how much of a generational thing from this worst leadership and the people suffering the consequences of this worst leadership. It's kind of been a generational thing. If you want to know that Nigeria never really worked, I would advise you to listen to some of the oldies, old musics, and old artists like, old musicians, and some of their great works where they sang about the situation in Nigeria. And just as I mentioned that, for those of you who are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, so it simply means that many of us who have the memory or the memories of the 70s, of the 80s, and the 90s Nigeria, even the early 2000s of Nigeria. And just like I said, as I'm talking about this right now, you should begin to remember some of the artists. It doesn't matter where you come from in Nigeria. You will remember some of the artists who sang about corruption, who sang about, poverty, hunger, abuse of power. And when is Nigeria going to be better? And so many other times like that in history. All of this, some people are remembering Fela, Barrister, Collington, Oliver, what's that guy's name? Is Oliver the Coke, Sonny Okosun. A lot of you who remember some of these oldies, they all sang about which way Nigeria, which way Nigeria. I think they even did many collaborations many times to try to talk about the state of Nigeria. So somebody said, you are saying Nigeria was okay. Do you know that in that same Nigeria, we have had, different in the past, where we have Nigerians who've had, who had to like drop out of school because they couldn't pay 20 naira, 25 naira school fees. Some dropped out of school when they couldn't pay 200 naira WAEC fee. In that same Nigeria. A lot of people will have the similar story. A lot of you who have sort of managed to push it up today. Thank God for your lives. You have all these stories. We suffered this poverty. Some of us are grown today, and you can only imagine those poverty now. Or what it was like. There was never, God bless you, Jare, Majek Fashek, Oris Wiliki, Fela, African China. There is no generation. There is no generation that did not sing about the deteriorating economic situation of Nigeria. None. But you know something? Every now and then, all of us who are alive today, and those who also witnessed those times, they are the ones who are trying to encourage some of us today by saying, things were better in the past. People could afford things in the past. I remember as far back as 1995, 1996, we were so poor. Nigerians were so poor that even in houses that look so good from the outside, inside, people were cooking. Nigerians were so poor, they could not afford kerosene, to buy kerosene. Nigerians were using sawdust, dry sawdust to cook. But they never felt. Nigerians, when you push Nigerians to the wall, instead of them to actually like fight back and reject something, they're just going to make a hole inside that wall. And they'll be thanking God that at least the wall shield them a little bit from, from the bashing. It's unfortunate. So Nigeria was never good. Never, ever, ever good. It's just that people learn how to adapt with time and everything changing. So if anybody is telling you that they are working this, they are working on that, and very soon you are going to see the result. They told your parents the same thing. If you are a student right now, and they are telling you that Nigeria is going to be great one day, and you are going to make use of that, your education, for the purpose you are actually getting educated for, right? And you realize that they lied to you, because it's never going to happen. They told your uncles, they told your parents, they told a lot of people like that too. Same thing. So it is all Bajue 419. So when you ask yourself that, but what should we do now? Number one, you need to tell yourselves, I don't know how hard this is going to be for a lot. Sure you get. But if you can reach that stage of your life where you have understood Nigeria so well and you are done investing in the bogus, fraudulent effort in making her great. Once you have reached that stage, then it won't be hard for you to take in what I'm going to say next. But if you haven't reached that stage of what do you call it, of mindedness, right? You are not going to find what I'm going to say next amusing or encouraging. It's going to sound too harsh and too sort of, or maybe too brash or too blunt. It doesn't really matter. I'll still tell you. You see the criminals who have taken charge of Nigeria, Tinubu and his gang, I can tell you this, forget about democracy, elections, and every other thing that you probably associate with them. Forget about that. You know, it is now going to be a one-party state. See, there was a picture. I think I shared that or I used that on the front screen of this broadcast as a thumbnail, right? Take a look at these pictures. That's the PDP, one of the PDP governors there. And some of them who would like to make you believe still that PDP is different from APC or APC is different from PDP. Now, you have what you need to know now. It is not just through the pictures. So, sure you get. APC is PDP. And if you didn't believe that before, now you will witness it firsthand, which means wherever they are telling you that PDP is gathering and they want to rescue Nigeria and they send a message to you, you know they are just about to use you again. You should opt out of that with immediate effects. Now, the second one is the Labour Party. I know why I'm saying this to you, and I know where I'm going with all of this. So, the second one is the Labour Party, where Obi is. It is already, what do you call it? It is already a contaminated place where you have Lamidi, Pampas, Arabambi, and the rest of them, and the judiciary. If anybody is telling you that he is going to rally you around to rescue Nigeria with Labour Party, is about to waste your time again. Because you see these two, they are already in the colo of Tinubu. Anybody that rallies you around in the name of trying to rescue Nigeria from APC, Egbe, under either of these two, right, is just about to play you. Or you are just about as dumb as they probably see you as, okay? So they will play you because you end up to help Tinubu and his gang to further entrench themselves in Nigeria. You will never have they will never have the real motivation to mobilize you to actually fight and then rescue Nigeria. They will just manage you until they use you again and again and again. So you shouldn't fall for that. And I've given you the reasons. So if you then have a call that says you should save yourselves from this utopia, this asylum, a new contraption that these guys are creating, then you should stand up. When you do, it is not going to be the one that you'll be doing solely with your placard. And then, you know, with your all of this, your Instagram, TikTok shots for. No. You will be protected. You will guide yourself. You will prepare yourself. You see, those you are going to meet, they are violent people. And they are lawless people. You see, it is called rebellion. And there is so much at stake. And whatever is at stake, that you might think there's so much at stake on your part, it's not enough, or it's not as much as what these guys have taken from you and what they are still going to do to you. You know what I mean? So that is the mentality. The NLC, an institution that used to sort of, we used to believe that they used to scare the corrupt establishment, yeah, to at least bend to the wishes of the people, Abi. But over time, we got played. Nigerians got played as well, right? When the real politics behind it didn't sort of come to light until Adamu Oshiomole became the NLC chairman, president, I believe. Then fast forward to this Ajero. This Ajero could have indeed, in my own opinion, and so many other people's opinions, right? He could have written his name in a very good sand of time, to mobilize Nigerians genuinely across Nigeria, to stand up against this APC before things got to this stage. But they didn't. Another chance presented itself when Kolu suddenly, when it was high, and he announced that the subsidy is gone, removed, no plan, no nothing. These guys bragged that they were giving dates. They were giving dates. We are going to go on strike by the 14th of next month if Tinubu does not reverse that subsidy remover, toothless bulldogs. The date of for them to now go on strike and mobilize Nigerians. They said they were doing meeting inside the Asshole Rock. We have done the meeting and we are giving them another 1 month. If they don't reverse it in another 1 month, we are going to go to strike. So a lot of Nigerians knows that this a bunch of jokers. So they lost that. The guy went to Owerri to stand up for workers who have not really been paid by Hopeless or Dijo. And he got beaten, blue-black, he almost died. Now they want to do a national strike because Tinubu did not apologize to them. That Tinubu was supposed to apologize to them. The commissioner of police of Imo State was supposed to be sacked. And because they didn't do that, and they assaulted their president, they are going on strike tomorrow. So Nigerians are being mobilized to go on strike tomorrow. So then tomorrow it's going to be like there is no real strike. You're going to see them here and there, trying to stop some people from working or doing that. But the joke is on them. The NLC of a supposed biggest country in Africa, most populated country in Africa, Nigeria, is a paper tiger, toothless bulldog. They can only bark, but cannot bite. And they will make mockery of all of that tomorrow. They will do a press conference tomorrow evening. And they will say, now that we have done the strike today, so we are now suspending the strike as the negotiation continue. What the hell? The mockery. And Tinubu will just laugh and be like, oh, we really, well, let's just wait till January again, Jerry. So you are on your own. There is nobody that is coming to mobilize you, motivate you. What is going on in Nigeria right now is not sparing anybody. Whether you are a Yoruba or a Hausa, whether you are an Igbo man or a Jaw woman, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, yes, Northerner, Middle Belton, or Southerner, it doesn't really matter. You see, economic, doesn't care about your religion. It doesn't care about where you come from. When it hits you, when you have economic jackass, economic bandits, you have judicial bandits, you have economic bandits, you have political bandits, you have property bandit, everywhere banditry. It is a country of it's like a country of bandits. So you get now. So there is no way that you are going to expect anything, sort of a different coming out of them anyway. So yeah. And the moment you are dealing with bandits, it is better for you to be a rebel. No be all rebels they carry weapons. Okay? But every rebel should learn self-defense. And you must be very sure of what you are fighting for. People have told us, I remember very well, one of our callers on this platform, who happened to be an African Nisas, who called in and said they have been watching Nigeria from distance with so much disappointment, and they were asking themselves, like, what is wrong with Nigeria and Nigerians? Majority of them have seen that differences that a lot of you don't really want to share. The world knows. And they're asking us, why don't you just leave all our differences? You see those that have taken over Nigeria, they will show you as Yoruba, they will show you as Igbo, they will show everybody from every part of Nigeria, except for those who are going to find and break in to get some crumbs from them. Everybody will collect. And the moment you find yourself in that bracket, which is a basket that a lot of us are in right now, you will leave all your differences. You will first chase these criminals away. And somebody said, they can actually start a very big rebellion crusade. The one that will take over the National Assembly of Nigeria until the 1999 Constitution is publicly burnt. And a date is set for a new one to be promulgated, the one that is going to then be decided by every part and country that is part of the space called Nigeria today. You can start from that. Or if you think you're going to protest and then they will then pick up the pen and paper and then they will do what you want, they are still lying to you. Somebody said, something bigger than NSAS is coming. And I said, I do believe that too. But I'm not going to be among those who are going to tell you that NSAS is a very good, should be a very good motivation for what you really want to break yourselves away from. NSAS only achieved one thing. It's proved to so many Nigerians, that Nigeria is not for them. And the shock of NSAS made majority of them to go on further adventure of understanding Nigeria. Some of them became obedient and they participated in that charade. So NSAS and the spirit behind the NSAS and the rest is not the kind of, the spirit that you have to encourage for something that can actually make an earth-shaking impact. When they shot their first gun, they broke NSAS, remember? By the time the day break and they've killed those they could kill, everywhere went dead, remember? That is not an encouraging one. And that is not the one I'm going to encourage. It is suicidal. A lot of them never believed that Nigerian soldiers could open fire on them and shoot at them until that day happened. The shock, the PTSD, has left many of them who are still here shaking for life. You don't want to experience that, do you? No. And that is why, for those who are thinking of rescuing Nigeria, it is ideal to begin to tell yourselves, the people you are going to face are going to shoot at you. They are going to take your bodies away when they shoot at you. So are you going to let them, are you going to participate in something whereby you're going to be like a sitting duck that is going to be used? for shooting range by deranged people, lawless people that will treat you as a piece of shit like you are not in your own country. So a lot of people are now saying protest won't save Nigeria, and I agree. Revolution won't save Nigeria, and I also agree. Because a lot of you don't understand what a revolution means. Revolution, when a revolution happens, right, it is called the total civil disobedience to lawful order. Revolution will have no respect for police. Those who are telling you peaceful revolution, they are lying to you. There is no peaceful revolution. Revolution is when you are going to completely ignore all the lawful orders until your demand is met. If you want a government of a country to fall before you stop your revolution, and in a revolution, once they kill those they will kill, the rest of you will understand that it is not actually a revolution, it's going to be a rebellion. A rebellion against unconstituted authority, unelected government, criminals who have immunity against protection. I mean, they have protection against corruption. So a total disobedience to the lawful order will be what is called revolution. There's nothing called peaceful revolution. No. I just thought I should tell you. So some are saying that what is going to happen next is going to be bigger than NSAS. And I agree. Like I said, I agree. But you will never want something that will have people killed. And at the end of the day, the reason why they died is still so strong and active after they are dead. That means they died for nothing. You won't encourage people to go on the streets, take back at their country and whatever you want to say, without letting them know that they will shoot at them. They will shoot at you. They will come after you. If they shoot at you and they don't get it, they will come after you, come after your family, come after everything you love. So you must remember that the moment you join, you are all in. And there is not going to be, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. So, and you begin to cry. I understand that a lot of you have this inner thing that says, no, it's fine. But you also need to know this. It is going to happen. Look at me very well. It is going to happen. You see, I don't wish that Nigeria should be occupied by terrorists. Today, terrorists have taken over Nigeria. Nigerians are paying taxes to terrorists before they can harvest their own farm produce. In Nigeria today, police stations are closing at 3 p.m. in the afternoon for security reasons in northern Nigeria. That is for places where they even still have policemen coming to the police station in northern Nigeria. I didn't wish terrorism on Nigeria. These criminals and their actions brought terrorism to Nigeria, and look at Nigerians who are suffering it. So it is not my wish that Nigeria will go into chaos and people will die. People will die. Rather, it is the action of these criminals that will eventually trigger a monumental crisis that some of you should already know that it is brewing. Economic hardship in any part of the world, they always lead to economic crisis. And for a country like Nigeria, where the kleptomaniacs are not indeed slowing down, they are so confident, and it's like Nigerians are like conquered people, defeated people. So they are so confident nothing is going to happen. The bubble is going to burst. When the bubble finally bursts and the dam bursts, it is going to be calamitous. Somebody said that the reasons why that a lot of us are wishing that Tinubu should fail. No, you are wrong. You see, good governance, good leadership, good policies that are making good impact in the polity. They are like pregnancy. Share you get. Even if you are doing them and you are not telling anyone, as time goes by, it will show to the point that even your worst critics, they will have nothing to say about you. Share you get now. These criminals that somebody is exposing them, it's not that they are wishing that they should fail. Because if they succeed in anything, we are talking about lives of millions of people are going to be affected positively. That's a good thing. But every of their policy that has caused and wrecked Nigeria to this point, they have affected lives. And these policies are theirs and they are their decisions. Everything they are doing is their decision. Even you that is wishing that they should succeed, your wish cannot make them succeed. I wish that Tinubu is going to succeed. I pray that Buhari will succeed in Jesus' name. That is not how the world works. You cannot be praying for somebody to succeed who is doing everything to fail and he doesn't care. Whoever this is affected or so, they don't give a damn. So if I am wishing for them to fail, what about you that is wishing them to succeed? Say my own wish is stronger than your wish, We know that you did not support him. That is why you are happy that he's failing. How can you say somebody is happy that they are destroying your lives? Are you happy? So if you are not happy that things are going, how come you cannot talk about it? You are not talking about it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to say the truth about that, right? Those who are talking about it, you want them to keep quiet and shut up. It doesn't work that way. It is their actions and their inactions that are going to continue to put Nigeria in the sea. The whole world knows that the president of Nigeria is a drug dealer that forfeited money in America. He is a certificate forger. Nigeria is a corrupt country where the criminals in charge of Nigeria are not just corrupt. They are also so heartless and unpatriotic. They are the only unpatriotic criminals you will see in this part of the world, in any part of the world. Oyinbos are corrupt too. But look at their country. A lot of you have left Nigeria to so many parts of the world. Do you think there are no corruption in those places? Official corruptions? I believe they exist everywhere. But there are also rules that says if you are caught, this is what is going to happen to you. None of them have been so sadist. They have not been so sadist against their country that they have to take everything that could have helped their country and their people to lead better lives. That they didn't take that from their people. In Nigeria, these criminals they took everything from you. And they say that our enemies don't want us to succeed. God will shame them. How do you want God to shame people that are not making decisions or taking actions? You have criminals who stole Nigeria money. They are living large and they are living like princes and kings and princesses right now. The money is still with them. They could wreak any havoc anytime. The government knows them. Your corrupt government knows them because you are going to do yours. You left them alone to keep spending the money, but you kept telling the people they took the money from that you met a bankrupt country. Where are the culprits? Where are the criminals? What have you taken from them? What are you doing with that? Nothing, because you are doing your own already. 7 trillion naira in 6 months. So they don't wish you well as well. So even if you are praying for them, the reason why your prayer is not being answered, that is that you cannot be praying for people who are deliberately destroying Nigeria by their action. Even if they are telling you they are doing it for you, they are this or that, check their actions. Are their actions Can you say their actions corresponds with their words corresponds with their actions? Of course not. So now everybody will collect. So while we are here, I want to say, do you know that this guy is still being locked up? This Tani Olorun guy. Now, he was arrested because they said he insulted Ilorin Afas. Now, Ilorin Afas said he insulted their emir, Sultan of Ilorin. I've been an emir of Ilorin. Now, they arrested him as a traditional worshipper, Isheshe, and they have been using their court and their power to keep him in prison. He did not do anything. They said he insulted their religion and insulted their affairs. And since then, when court granted him bail, Shege court even granted him bail. The court continued to deny him bail. He's been there for months now. In Nigeria, that is a secular country, they said he is promoting Isheshe, and he told them he will bring the Yoruba traditional religion to Ilorin. And since then, he has been locked up in that shithole. So for those who knows that for them to have what they really desire in what Nigeria has become today, it is better for Nigeria to break up. You know I'm on your side. I am on your side. But I want you to know something. The game has changed. The music has changed. You see these criminals in charge of Nigeria. If they are not gone, we are all not safe. And the kind of terror they will unleash on the people that are going to make, their life hell, that are not going to be praising them, people like us, they're going to come after a lot of us. And that is why, if we really, indeed, want to have a victory over these criminals, we must team together all over the world. We must team together and get rid of these criminals, or else they will get rid of every one of us in their 8 years journey. I don't know how you're going to take that, or how you're going to deal with that, or how you are going to possibly process this. I have processed it, and I believe, even though time will tell, event will kind of showcase itself, right? Preparation sometimes is good. When preparation meets opportunity, they will push all of us to that state. I just want you to know. Except you are outside Nigeria, when they call for, let us march, let us move. Number one, you check out those who are making the calls. If they are making the calls in the name of PDP, Labour Party, and the rest of all their funding political parties, I promise you, that is Tinubu's handiwork, luring you into another long game that will all come back in tears. But wherever it is the right time, and people will need to really march and move, you will what? You will move as somebody who is in the know of what they are getting themselves involved in, and how long this may take, and why you must be smart enough to be prepared to defend yourself. I won't say more than that. I'll leave the line for now, and I will come back here to take a call. So if you are still with me, you can still like the broadcast before you leave, but if you want to call in, the line is on your screen. That is it, right? +447706922321, right there on your screen. I will be back.
Buhari is a money
So I have my first caller on the line, and I'm going to tell that my caller to hang on for me for a minute or two. I need a quick correction to make about an impression here, okay? Somebody said Showore was calling for revolution, and people ignored him. And this person also added my name, including you, Mayegun. That is the mistake you just made. And this is what some of you always do. Okay? You know, when you come up with this your, you know, thought, in order for it to sound original, okay, you begin to drop names. Now listen to this. Before all of una got crazy and mad with your elections, I have on few occasions brought Omoyele Showore to this platform. And we're actually discussing elections, remember? And I asked him here, we know elections cannot help Nigeria, so people like us are not participating in the charade. Are you going to be participating in their charade? And on this platform, Omoyele Showore told my audience here, including some of you, his supporters, that your PVC should be called Poverty Verification Card. That he would never waste his time in participating in such charade. That he would rather that Nigerians first get rid of these criminals before any election is held. He said that on my platform here. Agreeing with all of us who said elections cannot solve Nigeria problem, break up Nigeria. Remember? Then along the line, our own Showore declared to run for president. And I was like, okay. So on my own personal level, if he is also watching, it will tell you. I reached out. Well, this is what I could give and support, but I mean, I'm not going to tell you, why would you change your mind and do what you said you won't? I mean, we're supposed to stay out and let those who wanted to go and participate in the charade to go and participate. So that a day like this, we can all come together and say, okay, yeah. Then the obedient happened only for our own vintage Showore to start launching his own tirade on them. And in my own book, as Mayegun, okay, everyone who has one thing or another against the current status quo in Nigeria, they make up 90% of my listeners, the people on MaiyegunsDiary Political. People who are so angry with the structure that they want a restructuring. Those who don't even want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore, they want it to break up. Those who believe that a new constitution should be written for a confederation, all those who just disagree with what is going on in Nigeria today are the people on MaiyegunsDiary Political. So to me, if you are against what is going on in Nigeria, okay, I don't care why or what is your reason or whatever, right? It simply means we have something in common. And it should be sacred that we know we have been so divided, okay? We should not do more damages to those who are standing up against the rotten system. So if somebody who disagrees, or let's say who doesn't want APC PDP, like we all used to say before disobedience came, those who used to say no PDP, no APC, and which means they are from those who doesn't want this Nigeria anymore. So if you now decided to start attacking yourselves, who do you think you are doing the favor to? you are helping the system that primarily made all of us to agree that this is not what we want. This is not how a country should be. We should be in a different way. No matter how you think it should be, at least you disagree with what it is right now. So if some of them says they are also going into elections before they will learn, attacking them, disparaging them, calling them and helping to bring them down is not to anybody's advantage. It is to the advantage of the same system that you are trying to fight yourself. And I remember preaching it to the Biafrans here. I said, do not hate the obedient. Do not attack them. Do not, even if you feel like they are attacking you or calling you this or that, I did my best here to make them understand that, listen, when you do all of this, you are helping the same APC, Egbekegbe, to remain stronger, because the division they have put in between all of us, that's how it works. So, but Showore is Showore, and I respect him. I respect his position. So it is so unfortunate for you to now come onto my program and say Showore was asking for revolution, and people like me did not support him. That is preposterous. That is not true. And Showore himself, will not in all honesty say that he has accused me, said that Shebi, you are defending the obedient now. At least you are the obedient. I was like, well, if it makes you sleep well, Showore. When I was using my platform to continue to convince others to say, no matter how they see him, no matter what you feel like about him, for those of you who have never healed from the Sahara Reporters versus Jonathan's time, and how much they used that to expose Jonathan, and because of that you hated the show, right? You shouldn't wish him dead in the hands of Bukwari. I was not called a revolutionary now then, I think. So don't do that next time, because it is number one, it is untrue. It is a pure conjecture, right? And people made their choices. So if some of you feel bad that instead of the obedient, the young people to give the Showore that same attention, well, you can't blame me for that. You can't. I mean, you can't turn around and say Mayegun and others abandoned him. That's not true. Oh, the body mean if you are somebody who understands Yoruba, body mean normal. I just felt like I should explain that to you properly, because you are not saying the truth. Oh yeah. My platform, I call this platform melting pot for everyone. Now everybody get their own issues. When they come on to MaiyegunsDiary Political, they tend to listen to one another and be like, okay, I mean, all right. So you don't turn around then and put that on me. Okay. The Prince, so sorry I said 2 minutes, but I've spoken for about 5 minutes or 10. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Baba. Thank you so much. There's power in unity, so
I do my best.
Explanation is...
It's been like a mad job. I just don't like people trying to make things up and blame it on other people. Okay, people make their choices, and indeed, we shouldn't pass that on to any other person. Here you get.
Yes,
so Prince Judgeman, you are live.
Yes,
everybody
Baba.
Can hear you, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity once more. Thank you for enlightening us. Thank you for standing up. What you are doing is not easy, so we'll continue to encourage you, to do more. Yeah. Tonight I greet everyone in the house. You see, I want to remind us that something that happened in the past. Babangida.
Yes.
Babangida. He's the man that Fulani. He's the man that weakened every institution in Nigeria. Babangida is the one that created different functions. Where you see this NLC, you will see functions. When you go to Islam, you will create fashion. You will go to Khan, Christian body, we create fashions. All these things to weaken all the bodies that can stand up in truth and honesty against the system. He's the one that started that Maradona business. Okay. Secondly, Baba, you see, when I'm looking at all these things, the way it's going, every Nigeria is in danger as we speak. And that danger is the main danger that we have in Nigeria now is the terrorists that are in the government. The plan of Ruga, that plan has not, they've not dropped that plan. And that is the most dangerous plan. And that's why Nigeria is where it is now. Do you understand? Because, Buhari, when he came first time, he went, he's the first Fulani henchman, terrorist to go and kidnap from London, Umar Diko.
That's right.
Second time he came, he's also the Fulani herdsmen terrorists that went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu.
That is also
from
true.
Kenya
It's
into
more or less like what do you call, more or less 34 years after.
Thank you. So why I'm mentioning this is for everyone to know. I want to advise the Fulani herdsmen. The ambition to ruralize Nigeria, to turn Nigeria to cow country, it will not work for them. Because that is the reason why there's nothing like restructuring. That's the reason why they said restructuring under their foot. Because why? They want to turn Nigeria by force to Fulani nation. And that is the reason why terrorism has taken place everywhere. They went as far as recruiting terrorists into Nigeria armed forces. And they told Nigeria that they are repentant Boko Haram.
Repentant.
That is a treason against a nation. And that is the greatest danger. That now we have terrorists all over the place running up and down in the court. They are running into the court, coming out. You can see them. And my brother, as it is now, how can we restructure? That's why I do tell them that restructuring cannot even solve any problem as of this moment.
No.
Because the people that are running the country, in the armed forces, there are people from Chad, there are people from Niger, there are people that we don't even know where they are, who the identity, who they are. Are you getting me? He called Jaga Bandit, his own is just to answer Mr. President. This danger that Nigeria is facing is beyond Jaga Bandit, beyond Tinubu. I'm telling you, Maiyegu. Do you understand? That is the threat. That's why I do tell them, look, the Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB option is the only option. Don't play in their game after you say they rig you out. Because Nigeria, we are deceived to go and look for useless PVC. And then Nnamdi Kanu told them the PVC is useless. You are caught. The person there waiting for you is a herdsman terrorist, Tanko technicality. He only read Sharia. He do not know anything about your secular so-called judiciary. That's why when you come there, they tell you technicality. They don't have time to make any research or to look into your evidences. Bring all your ballot box, bring all your television into their court. You are wasting your time to come and show them evidence. You see, Maiyegu, America, UK, they are even surprised that Nigeria is still standing because, during the election, all of them run away. You can remember. All of them run away because they thought that Nigerian people will stand up for their nation. Unfortunately, Nigeria does not belong to anybody. Asare Dokubo, who is deceiving himself, said Nigeria is not for you. How many times will I tell you?
How many times
Nigeria is a business center of criminal, both local.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you.
So, you see, my brother, the person who is saying this today is the one that is promoting the same system.
I know.
He's telling everybody that the system is not for them.
Because everybody
you
wants
see the irony.
Own. Take your own and leave. If you are not chopping, then Nigeria can break. That is their own modes of operation now. If they are not chopping anything, if it's not being offered anything right now, you go do video and remind all of us that Nigeria is not for us, that we should break it. In that same video, he was telling people, so for context, so Asari was telling people that Nigeria is not for anyone. The Biafra is the answer. The full video, it was telling people that Biafra is the answer. How many times will they tell you that Nigeria is not for you? But I just got that part because it's the funniest part anyway. So, the Prince, thank you very much.
I want to thank Sunday Igboho. I want to thank Mazen Nandekanu. I want to thank Omoyele Showure. All these people who are standing up genuinely that Nigeria should end for good, for everybody to have their life back. My good general,
the Prince.
Thank you. I beg. Let us be, our eye be open like fish in the water.
To remain open.
God bless you.
And you too. Thanks so much. I have another person on the line, by the way. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
So, sir, I'm always hooked up to your program. Always sometimes try to call in, but it's not going through at all.
It's mostly so busy. I'm glad you got through tonight. How are you, sir?
I'm the second person. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I would like to talk about Bakari, Pastor Bakari, because I watched that program, and I can't just imagine. You see, that is the mentality of Nigerians today, where criminals are just tolerated. As, oh, it doesn't matter. He has served his prison term. Oh, let him come back to us. He's our friend again, but we just forgot what he has done.
Yeah, like all of us have our past, so let us forget it and all that.
A pastor, for that matter. You see, if I were going to that church, I would just walk away. I would just walk away. I walk on him. I'll walk away, because immediately he's telling me that he's not a righteous man. He's not there for God. Because even though, say, Tinubu is his soul brother, okay, as a pastor, you will have to stand for truth and justice and tell your congregation, yeah, my brother was wrong. This is not supposed to be our leader. We're dealing with a leader. That's so, people have to be scrutinized to see whether they have criminal records before they can contest for any office. He knows about it. But now you have Tinubu with all that baggages, and you see Bakari tell everybody, say, oh, it doesn't matter. That Tinubu was working overnight while we were sleeping. Working as what? Bribing people?
Is that what he tried to say? Very well. That man, don't try him all. He did his own work very well. And all of you just thought you can just stand up and you can just break him like that and bring him down. No, you can't. That's what he said.
That is so absurd. That's so.
Bring him down. Like, are you trying to bring him down?
Yeah. You see, it's so funny because even I think Bakari also have a problem in the US. He cannot longer travel to the US.
Problems,
Yeah, you have no problem over there. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we are the defending criminal. The churches are the defending criminal. Now the citizens are defending criminal. So it's really, really painful. Yeah, with what is going on, this guy went to Saudi Arabia, but the president now went to Saudi Arabia. We're talking about Aramco and all of that. Aramco is a pride of the Saudi Arabians, okay? That anywhere they go, they would say that is our company, the largest in the world. We don't have that. We don't. You see, I talk about this. There was something I was talking to somebody that was different today. Economic racism. Why you see that some countries are looked down on, and the citizens of that country are looked down on, whereas there are other countries, you mention their names, you just fear, you shrink, and the citizens of that country, they have this great respect.
That's right.
It's because of what they have to offer. Exactly. I don't believe in any way that racism is about your color. The more darker you are, the more people don't like. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe once you don't have that capacity, you are going to be looked down on. But once you have that, I give you an example.
Yep.
There's this little boy on TikTok. He's a Senegalese boy who was just doing something on TikTok, satire, make fun of what people have done. this guy is very dark skin, is ugly, whatever, but he have the highest followers on TikTok.
That's right.
So because of that, Hugo Boss and all of them, they call him to say, okay, we pay you so money to wear our brand. You see, that guy is not because he was fair, it's not because he's black, but because of what he wants.
Yes, what he's got to offer. He's got something to offer.
Exactly. That is the value. So, in other words, is what we can offer as people. That's what will bring
put it this
us
way, right?
respect.
Put it this way.
Yeah.
A country like Nigeria, that is a giant, supposed a giant of Africa because of the population size, 200 million.
Exactly.
Right? And you have your leaders going everywhere in the world with bowls in their hand, begging, not coming to say, listen, we have this investment capacity in this particular state in Nigeria. We want to give you the opportunity. All right. So here, if you invest 200 billion US dollars, right, in this part of Nigeria, we guarantee you in a space of 5 years, you will not only get the capital, 200 billion, right? You will be earning more than, you would have earned more than half of that as your profit. It's so profitable. And government papers and all that, see, here's my minister of this, here's my minister of that. They will perfect every paper for you and get that done for you. They went there begging for money. We have opportunity in Nigeria. Our refineries need some money. Our airports, we have airports. We have gold. We have petrol. You are telling Saudi Arabia about natural resources like gold, and I mean, it's a pure joke, Baba. Why won't they look down on us?
It's what Saudi Arabia have. It's what you have.
It's what we have, even more.
Okay. You see, yeah, even more, exactly, even more. So, but now you're going to, you see, this is what I'll be dealing with, when you have people who are very shameless, because shame is very, very good. Shame guides you and say, we can't take less. Like I keep talking about Germans. Germans have what they call standard. Okay, if it's not done, it's not done.
That's it.
So in a lot of other foreign Western countries, they also have standards. Okay, if it's not, we don't have. But once we want to have it, we must have it.
Exactly. If your standard is lower than this, we are not involved.
We don't go exactly.
They cannot change their standard for you.
Exactly, because they set up that standard already. See, when you have people now like Nigerians, we are so full of shameless people. Yeah. That's what I would say we are. Yeah. Not only our leaders. When you see our people, like I was watching a video, Nigeria, be beaten in somewhere like Pakistan, in India, and somewhere in Malaysia. You see they shouting there, like, oh my God! I was like, what's up? What is going on? What is going on? And these people will become leaders of our country, and they will exhibit the same character, shamelessness.
Sad, Baba.
Because at the end of the day, once you have shame, you will say, no, we can't take less. We must do it the way Saudi Arabia have done it. We must do it the road. You see, Julius Berger construct road for Nigeria. Julius Berger will present, samples of road construction and say, this is 5 centimeter, this is 15 centimeter. This is 25 centimeter. Nigeria will choose that 5 centimeter that will be destroyed in 1 week.
And they'll take
because we don't have standard. We don't exactly. But the other one about 25 centimeters is what they use in Germany, for example.
Right.
No, we can't take that. So no, that is Germany. That one or Ebola. We'll not be Ebola. We'll not be Ebola. You see, that kind of mentality is what led to our leadership. You can see them in leadership, and that is why things are not working.
See, Baba. Thank you very much for that perspective and add-on. Okay, it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
You have a
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks too. So, indeed, standard is what we don't have, and the criminals representing Nigeria or in charge of Nigeria, the only standard they know is the color of the papers you are giving to them, the color of the money. They don't give a damn about anything else. And like my Oga said there, if to say shame, small shame, they probably will question their own standard. But here, hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Mike from Abidjan.
Mike, man, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you, bro?
I'm very well. Oh, we are here, Baba. It's good to hear from you again. Anyway.
Yeah. I always watch your program, but getting your line is not easy, bro.
I know it can be.
Yeah.
I know. I'm glad
exactly, man. Anytime you speak about Nigeria, my God, my heart is burning. I don't know who do all this thing, man. This is so painful. And Nigerian people are so wise. You know, we are the only guys that can travel somewhere else with empty-handed and we come back with all the money on the earth.
That's right.
But still yet, in our country, man,
and the wars
I don't know what is going on. Yeah, it's not easy. You see, all these are politicians and all these our religion, pastor, bishop, they all work together. They are making, you know, the sovereignty of everybody, you know. When you travel down from any country, immediately you enter Lagos, you will notice that you have entered Nigeria. Right. Everybody's moving like, you know, I'm crazy, I'm in a hurry, and where are you going? You don't know where you're going. Everywhere is crazy, everybody is crazy, you know, and everybody is shouting, there's no human right, there's no good behavior. Everybody's like, if I don't get this done, what my children is going to eat. You know, I remember what fella used to say. He said that you are afraid to go out there to speak. You say, mama day for house, mama day who go eat. You know, everybody just caring about himself, his family, but they don't care about the future.
I never married.
And it's quite difficult. Exactly. Nobody can think about the future of Nigeria. Everybody's thinking about himself. You know, when I think about all these countries like Russia, you know, they say they have bomb atomic, and you find out that it's a program that no government can build the bomb atomic, you know, in 1 year, in 6 years, but they have a program, and a new president will enter there, he will continue the program.
That's right.
Look at Nigeria. Nobody is planning to build the road. Nobody is doing anything so that another government will continue. Even if invited, okay, go, you say, call you travel to Saudi Arabia. Invite them. Tell them, okay, put fast train from Lagos or from the border of from Nigeria to eastern side, and from there to the north. Nigeria will not collect the money. You guys will collect the money, but just to give the people peace of mind, and people can travel easily without having all these accidents on the bad road.
See, Mike, what you're saying right now is what the UAE did. As early as 1991, UAE is part of UAE. They are like that of slums in Lagos. It's all those slums next to water. This same UAE, people, you know what they did with America? They were like, once they were ready to exploit their crude oil wealth like that, everything they saw in America or they saw in any part of the world, they would tell the oil companies and those who are Americans who are extracting their oil there, right? They would tell them, we want this.
Yeah.
What's it going to cost?
Exactly.
They say, well, it's going to cost you $1 billion, $2 billion. How many crude oil? How many barrels?
Yeah.
So barrel will pay for that. Okay, we want this. We want that. And from 1991 to 2021, 30 years, Baba, Dubai, UAE is now banning Nigeria, visa ban on Nigeria, not to come to their country. Same place that
you see that
we were giving. We were giving them money. Put it that way.
Exactly.
30 years ago. So you are right. Where you can tell people and say, listen, we have all these resources. Don't give us money. We don't want money. They made an arrangement with China, but it is all doing as well, Baba. Mike.
Build this road or do this thing, open camping, and even in 30 years, we don't need the money. But let our citizens, get a job. Because this is we open job for everyone. It will open job, it will give hope for people. But all these presidents and all these governments, they are not even ready to do that. Everybody just thinking about, and when you look at them, they look so stupid, no matter all the money they have. You have money, but you don't even you don't live good life. It looks so stupid. Even someone that doesn't have money outside there in UK or outside in another African country, live more better than you. Live more better than you. You live with all your money, but you live with the fear. Because there is a lot of poverty around you. But when you start uprooting people from poverty, giving them job, you can live peaceably because the person will now stop all this crime. Some people go to the prison just because of 10,000, because of 20,000. Because they don't have no way to survive except, involving themselves. It's
always been like that.
Yeah.
And it is never going to stop
until
they stop this country, these criminals.
If that they will also listen the way you are doing all this job for them to be maybe if you can convince 70% of Nigeria to find out that Nigeria is not going to work. I believe that country will going to be, you know, dividing. They're going to divide it just like the former Russia. They're going to divide the country. Everyone going to be on his own state.
See,
and it will be better. You will see your neighbor, you will respect your neighbor.
Nigeria will be the first and the last country that is going to break up. Okay, civilization will get there, even if they are still holding it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
But religion have killed the country. Religion have killed the country.
That's another big.
I mean it. Yeah, I'm telling you, religion have killed the country. You know, sometimes when I start listening for you and I start, you know, getting more wise, I used to tell a man of God, you pray for me to get money, but you depend on me for me to give you money. Why don't you pray for yourself to get that money that you want me to give you?
Well.
So it is me that getting my money, not you praying for me. And sometimes when some people tell me, you have to pay tithe, I say, the most important thing in life is life. I don't pay money to have the life. God give it for me free. And you have me to pay money for me to get money. Man, that's bullshit. It's a simple calculation.
I know.
It's your simple calculation. But they'll be there preaching religion. I know. Man, they are killing the country.
By the way, because, because you mentioned that fight and all that, it would have gone into another conversation entirely. But
yeah, I understand. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
When you are out, okay. I was reading somewhere and they said, the way they make religion to Africans and all that, and majority of them are not going to read about it anyway. They say, you see that tithe that say you should bring, they say it is the 10% from your harvest. You know, there are this tribe in the Bible that usually do that, okay? So they will now, the 10% is not even to give church or give pastor. You bring the 10% of your farm produce. You will come to the church. Other people will bring their own. So your pastor will bless it for you, and all of you will be eating. Now you bring something where you bring from your house. So it's not for sharing, you eat your harvest there. And then, other people also take from it and all that. Well, if we go into that tonight, now here we go sleep. Let's talk to another caller. Hello there.
Hello, General.
Hello, sir. Is that Sir Akiola?
Yeah, that's me.
It's been a while, oh.
It's been a while.
How are you?
I've been busy, and I've been I didn't want to get involved with the politics until all these things that is going around so that we can know where we belong.
Right. And you are welcome back. You know, there are those immediately they hear your name and your voice right now. They're going to move properly.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a controversy tonight.
Yeah, that is a controversy. That is Agbaduri and
you remember the last time?
Whatever they need to say.
But I'm going to Agbado in your pocket. I even asked you, didn't I? Like, sir, are you sure there's no Agbado in your pocket?
Yeah, this is part of why I actually had to call to actually make some clarification for all to understand.
No,
we that support we were a bit pissed off during the election when it appears that people are supporting OB as if it's different from status quo.
It's not part of the system.
Somebody who has been governor for 8 years, it was the deputy of Atiku in the last time.
That's right.
And because basically what we say is that, look, we don't, like Omoyele, I'm sure he believed that I couldn't win the election. But if we can give him 2 million votes, we hope that we'll be able to demand for the revolution and it will, vibrate across the country. I'm sure he didn't contest just because he knew he could win the election. No, he knows that there is a lot of rigging, a lot of things that will go on. But he decided to join the race, hoping that his voice will be made louder for revolution, in essence. And unfortunately, most people supported OB instead of him, and which was very frustrating for people like us. We want to make that clear. And that is why that he probably was showing some frustration that, Maiyegu is now obedient and all the rest. And whenever I came online, that it looked like we are letting this guy go easily. They all come attacking me. It's Agbado man, it's this, it's that. We all know that Nigeria cannot work. Go and bring a saint anywhere and make him president of Nigeria. With the structure of today, nobody can make Nigeria work, even if that person has a very good intention. We know that for sure. So to believe that a miracle will happen You know, and this is one of the things I always tell people. When you engage the locals, you need, for us to be able to convince them, we need to understand from where they are speaking from. Nigeria is never a country. Right from the beginning, it was never meant to be a country, in essence. That's why Awolowo would define Nigeria as a geographical place all around River Niger. Expression. It's not a country. So when you see somebody from Ekiti and Ondo voting for Tinubu, they just, well, okay, everybody are the same. This is the one we know. This is our own people. We have to be able to engage that kind of mind to understand how, if anything, there is a way to salvage the country without breaking. I believe Nigeria should break into how many parts? 6 parts, 3 parts, minimum of 2 parts at least. Let Nigeria break so that we can move on from this empire that is meant to punish one of the black race in the world. So basically, this is where we are. But I'm sorry, I'm sure a lot of obedient are not happy because of what I just said right now. But
you should know that now. But
I apologize. Obi is part of the system. It's part of the system. It was advising Jonathan for many years on economic policy. It was a governor for Anambra for 8 years. It was vice president to Atiku in the last run. So I cannot never accept him as a new blood. That take that from me in a way. I see Tinubu as a thief, call him Tinubu, call Atiku Luther, and we all call Obi scammer. He's a scammer in essence. And that is we that support Omoyele Sowore. Take that. The second thing I want to also say that actually for us to be able to carry our message here, I believe in a lot of things that Mayegun says most time, you know, is always very on point. And I thank you for what you do. But I see that at times there are some level of frustration that make our information not to actually be carried by the locals. These people
well, you see,
cannot
there's even
understand
something
that.
I would like to say, you know, Sir Akiola, which is still like putting us in the same position. The explanation I made earlier, right? That I know I did my best to make all of us put aside our differences, even though we see things differently as well, right? When I said that when you have the revolution now, and you have the obedient, and you have others too, for example, the Yoruba nation, the Biafran nation, and the rest of them, okay? They are coming from the frustration, which is what Nigeria represents, and they are taking position, okay? So the revolution now, like you just said, that the revolution now had the intention of participating in that election, right? See how much number of people that are going to be sort of galvanized that will later lead to, you know what I mean? The obedience,
demand for freedom for everybody. Yeah, we want freedom for everybody. The system as we have it right now is a slavery system. It used to actually be better when white man was enslaving us, but black man, people like ourselves are enslaving everybody as we speak, and this is what the frustration. I understand the obedience. They thought they could make a change, but
you don't understand
my only
them. That's what I'm trying to say, Sir Akinola. You don't understand them. We had the issue where I personally said, you know, even if I don't agree with them, if I don't agree with the revolution now, if I don't agree with the Biafrans, if I don't agree with the Yoruba nation, as long as I am not in agreement with the status quo of Nigeria, right? It is ideal, okay, to try to understand everyone's position and see how they can all come together indeed, okay, to face the common enemy. Now, I said, when we attack ourselves, you get that now, like, you are somebody with the revolutionaries, okay, like people who believe that there's more to save the people from what Nigeria has become. You are convinced about that, okay? There are others who have their own conviction and the rest of them. But when we continue, okay, to do everything to bring ourselves down, I have seen obedient done that too. And I can tell you this, that a lot of you that are reacting from the obedient or reacting from the Sowore side, you are all reacting based on what you are saying about yourselves. But here is my own point in the middle, is that when you continue dragging yourselves that way, when they call Shore names, and you Shore supporters call Obi names, like you just called him Obi scammer, the obedient will now call Shore some name. At the end of the day, yeah, at the end of the day,
I understand that position.
At the end of the day, right? Who do you think is benefiting from that? You, obedient, or APC, or the establishment that is already rotten? So that's where I stand.
You're right.
That's where I am. Like, if all of us cannot drop that, if everybody wants to have the last word, it is not to our advantage. And Mayegun can continue to appear like, oh, Mayegun is siding this or siding that. I'm actually on the side of everyone, where all of you will agree that whether it's revolution we want to have, whether they want to have a better new Nigeria, the obedient, whether it is Yoruba nation that we want, whether it is Biafra that we want, there's something all of us agree that as long as this corrupt entity is still being governed by these criminals, none of those things will happen. So why can't we, for the first time, genuinely drop those sort of, those vitriol? You can be the first person to drop it. I'm not saying others are going to follow suit, but if you follow suit genuinely, right, we'll begin to see it clearly. That's where I stand, sir.
Let me start by saying that actually I sympathize with obedience. In essence, I see their frustration. In essence, there is a difference between Obi himself and obedient. I'm sure
that's the problem. You cannot separate things. Do you get that now?
Is benefiting from their frustration in a way. You know, general. I don't know how to support somebody that Olusegun Obasanjo brings forward. To be honest, these are the issue. You know,
I know how difficult it can be. Yeah, I do. But you know, there are others. Yeah, right. There are others that are dead convinced that it was a Shore's and Sarah reporters' efforts, okay, that gave this APC the leverage, that gave them this power. And they are convinced about that assertion, forgetting that Shore was also doing his own job in helping people to understand what they are dealing with, Abi. So if you have your sentiment like that, there are those who are dead cocksure too, that Shore was involved. Now, how do we now make both of you realize that, your both a conviction, okay, and then separation, right, is not to your own advantage or to their advantage, but the advantage of the same people, APC. That's why I'm saying that you don't understand them. But you are saying you do, but you don't. You are still making the same statement.
My appeal to them tonight will be, regardless of our differences during the election, let's put that aside. Let's
do you mean that, Sakinola? Abi, you will call me in another 1 month now, and you would have forgotten that you actually thrown the olive branch and said, listen, you know, because you cannot separate Obi from the obedient. That's one thing you must remember. No matter what you have towards him.
Yeah. Okay, let me
just saying, you can never separate Shore from all the take it backers, people who have dedicated their lives, people who have lost their lives, people who have gone to jail for believing in what Shore preaches.
Let me use this opportunity to apologize to them if they are frustrated with people like us. But let's put all those differences aside. To any politician that have served in any capacity in Nigeria, let's forget about them. Let's come together. Let's demand a better country, freedom for our people, so that we can start to see none of these politicians is going to help us.
No.
That's just going to be my position tonight. At least let the obedient drop the sword. I'm not attacking you. I love you guys. We know we are all in this together. We're all frustrated with the system that is bringing us down. Let's keep moving forward. Let's work together. Either you support Biafra, Yoruba nation. Let's demand for our freedom.
A better place that all this can come to pass. God bless you, Saike. Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And I want to believe that you do mean, you did actually mean that. Listen, see, there is something people need to understand. I wasn't interested in their election for a reason, because I knew it's going to be a waste of time. But did I have the capacity to convince people, or convince people not to be part of that elections? I didn't have that capacity, in all honesty. I don't. Okay? Yeah, I might have some influence on some people who have already made up their mind before that they were never going to participate in the nonsense and the charade. Then the moment Mayegun started giving them reasons why it's not worth it, so it's just justified. But people who are going to do it are going to do it. So what did I do? Instead of me turning or using every other reasons I could actually put together okay, to completely go all hard on those of you who are campaigning for election. What did I do? I felt like there are some of you that, one, it is either through Stockholm syndrome or just the euphoria of the possibility of, getting rid of this criminal, and the movement called obedience could get you to believe that maybe it is doable. Now, to somebody like me, I believe that experience is the best teacher. If you ask me if I'm sleeping, and you wake me up in the dead of the night and ask me, Mayegun, Nigeria to be better, or for Nigeria to break away so that you can have Yoruba nation, I'll tell you, listen, stop story, break up Nigeria and let us go and decide our own fate as a people. I won't blink about it. I won't tell you that, okay, are you sure that Nigeria is going to work? Okay, if Nigeria is going to work, then okay, yeah, let's do Nigeria. So that when Nigeria is working, I don't care about it. No, I'm not like that, because I know Nigeria will never work. It is not because it's not good for Nigeria to work, okay? It is because Nigeria was not put together to work for anybody. But do you know something? When I see genuine, ignorance or the genuine innocence of people who, out of their own innocence or ignorance, believe that they could make a difference through elections. So what did I do? I started showing everybody more about the elections, the campaigns, all the jibes, all of what you needed to know, telling you and reminding you. It's going to end up in tears. Now, when it ends in tears, what are you going to do? A lot of you remember that now. Because to me, I believe that experience is the best teacher, they say. Abi, the more you live, the more you learn. That that Charade experience will help a lot of you who believe that Nigeria may still work to now come to that reality that you wasted your time. It's never going to work. So if I say it to you, you are likely never going to believe me or agree with me, because something still tells you, if you do this, if we do that, if we shake whatever you are thinking. But today, the obedient who are so cocksure that the judiciary will never try any nonsense. And so many things people told me. I have all of them on this platform, MaiyegunsDiary Political. What people told me before the election, during the election, after the election, before the court, during the court, after the tribunal, after Supreme Court. Majority of what people said there, they are still here. But the bottom line is that a lot of them have now realized that Nigeria cannot be helped, not by election. So I'm not their enemy. I didn't discourage them. I followed them all through. When the rest of the established media were ganging against them, I never added my voice because I didn't support elections. I knew the outcome of the election would be a lifetime experience for many of them. Ask some of them to go and get PVC now, if they don't go slap you or fight you. Now, I don't have to tell them not to get PVC anymore. They themselves will tell you what it means to get PVC. So what we are now doing is that if there are going to be any other gang up arrange to call them to start another elections, you see those ones who have experienced it and they have received that baptismal of fire, there will be those that you have to send to others that could be deceived again. It is a win-win for everyone who disagrees with the current situation in Nigeria. It is called a long game. And that's why I told people that don't watch MaiyegunsDiary Political and look at me like Mayegun is a leader. I'm not your leader of anything. I am just your conscience, somewhere that gets you to kind of think. You sit down there and just think and say, and I never thought that. I never really thought that far. Man, I never think I'm that way. That is who I am. So that when the day is here for people who have conscience to stand up, I would have contributed into helping you understand your mind and your thoughts that you are not mad. Everything going on in Nigeria and the way you are seeing it and you are wondering, you are not mad. Nothing is wrong with you. It is how the system is built. And if you don't like it, you will need to do more than praying, talking. You will need to sort of strap up and be ready to fight for it. I'm not going to lead you to do that. I'm not going to tell you to go and get your boots and come outside tomorrow. No, you will know when it is time. So I'm just your conscience. MaiyegunsDiary political. So I told people, I said, the Biafrans, there are so many of them were so upset. To the point that there is even this guy. There's this guy, I forgot his name. He was one of those who were, the IPOB members, right? I forgot his name. Is he from Calabar or so? What's that guy's name again? Anyway, the guy was one of those that if you were watching his videos 2 years 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, you will think that this guy is supposed to come from Nnamdi Kanu's parents. These ones are supposed to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's true blood brothers, true blood sisters, the way they were carrying the IPOB on social media. But fast forward to a year and a half ago, then fast forward to today. Now this guy can't mock IPOB on social media, mock the Igbos. He is now wearing the cap of Tinubu on Facebook. So what am I trying to say is that same thing happened to the Yoruba, those who are also campaigning for Yoruba Nation. You know that among the people that were arrested at Oloye Sunday Igboho's house by the DSS that went there to kill him, those ones that they took to Abuja, this my platform, MaiyegunsDiary Political, this platform paid 5 million naira to the Daura Secret Service as the money they said they wanted to collect as bribes. We gave them 5 million naira for those boys. They locked them in Abuja. Now, when they released them, these guys were among those who are wearing Tinubu's uniform, Tinubu's jersey, and they are campaigning and shouting Emiloko, Emiloko. So there are so many things that happened. A lot of people who have invested so much in sharing the advocacy for self-determination referendum, a lot of them lost relationship. Some lost their lives. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is locked up because of the Oloye Sunday Igboho was almost killed because of it. Majority of those lay about people, they are now defending APC. They are now abusing the people that used to be on this side. So, a lot of people believe that it's a distraction that wasn't necessary. So many people wanted Biafra, wanted Yoruba Nation. They got drafted into this charade. I never one day came here and started attacking them and abusing. No. I just believe that the system managed to get to them. So all of us who are left, as frustrating as it might be, we are not losing. There are more and more people that are also finding out what we have already found out. Okay? They are coming back to this and begin to ask questions. So what do you think we should do then? So when they are going to be plotting to take them through another useless political journey, it is our job not to help them by attacking them, abusing ourselves and all of that. And you know what I mean? I wish I could get into your mind and make it permanent that you would mean what I just said now. But, I can't. And it's so unfortunate. Let me take one more call, just one. And I can call it a night. My time is up, okay? So let's take this. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Mayegun.
Wow. How are you, sir?
Just give me just 5 seconds. so that I will not wake my children up.
Okay.
Please.
I mean, I almost missed that anyway. So so you probably will need to go to another room quickly.
Yeah, I'm with you now, Maiyegu.
Right.
Yeah, Maiyegu, the reason why I'm calling you, you know, firstly, I would say that you are a kind of person that you get patient, get patient.
And some people they tell me say make they calm down small. You know, they notice when sometimes when I just lose them, I can't be like a stammerer. Abi. I say, Abi kine. Eh?
Maiyegu, you get patient.
You think so?
You see, the truth is that, you know, one thing that I buy in everything that has happened so far is that I love the fact that before I was part of those who are actually against the obedience, okay? Brutally against them. I am an IPOB member under Wood, and I am partly Izo that Nigeria are calling Ijo today. I am Ijo and Urobo Biafran. Partly Ijo and partly Urobo. Okay? But I was part of those who are actually attacking the obedience before. But the reason why I stopped, because you were able to win the debate in my mind. Okay? And there's something about IPOB. Once you can convince me, it's not just telling me, you have to prove it. You have to win the debate. Then I will follow you. Just like Moyendu normally said.
That's right.
Here is the point. Despite that you actually give them the support, for you not to seem as if it's because people like Maiyegu, people like Biafran people, they did not support that individual will be lost. The fact still remains that he won every Biafran territory. And even not all, they reached him in most of the places that they claim that they did not win. We all know that. Now, in all these things, what is getting me upset right now as I'm speaking to you, it is that none of them has responded. And that is the reason why I told you that no Nigerian, once you call yourself in Nigeria, you don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to breathe a minute. You just, the Nigerians, once you are in Nigeria, they're supposed to even flit all of them. They would just,
somebody said they should just drop, God should just drop something on all of us, may everybody just disappear.
Baba, I say if I get the opportunity, if to say I get the opportunity, I will use chemical weapon to wipe anything Nigeria, I will wipe everything come out and I will wipe myself.
But why?
You see, those things where they call it, they don't even, all these people, they are hardy. When I mean hardy, a very strong hardcore animal. You know, from being to you go the knock and stick for head, you go see you no go ever respond. These are the kind of human beings that Nigeria is. Let me tell you something, brother. We are trying to make it if you see revolution for one become.
Yeah.
No revolution for anywhere. Baba, all this one, they don't sign. If they hear life contract.
Life contracts.
They don't sign life contract with this with the state master. I want to pass what is signed by my share. Oh, my share, if you pursue them, enter war. Even the war they use iron bomb, they sign with them.
They go come to find the engineer with people help them build burglary inside the wall they enter. They say if you put burglary now, you are safe. Just stay inside the wall.
They're not going to find engineer. You go show you say Nigeria go see pull this wall. They go pull them because they won't run.
I was sitting down and then I was like, hey now, I was like, I was never a time when you say Nigeria walk. Oh, let's be honest with ourselves. Any small thing like in the past, in the olden days, we'll be saying in the olden days, in the olden days, everybody suffer.
Maiyegu, sorry, do you know the difference within then and now? It's because There was no internet. There was no means of knowing what is happening in the. In fact, you that you are living in Ketu, you cannot know what is happening in my 12. Because there was no internet. You can't know what is happening in your neighborhood. It is what they want you to know. They limit your thinking. They limit what you, including the educational system, everything. You can never know what they don't want you to know. So it has never been good in any way. 19 clinical, 19 there was a video that I saw. I saw one person lamenting that one clinical.
You know?
You too, you not go tell where you go that. Here I press for the head. If I see the guy, they give me joy because they don't deserve to live.
So you said they get
but
joy.
They give me joy. I know they hate now. They give me joy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody know my job, but whether they do, their life, they are just occupying a space. They are a waste of occupying a space. And when you deserve that to make their way, they don't deserve to live. This beautiful air that we are breathing, they don't deserve it. I'm talking about having Aramco, that's what is bad to me. These are them condemned people. You can see them. You want to call that because you said the vex. Or you put that on the in my own point of view, you are within Nigeria. You are within Nigeria.
When I work for Deloitte Aramco, I just say, man, Baba.
You want Nigeria. You can see some of those video where they play. The video they vex me. They vex me to the core. You know what? I want to video those animals on that video. They will be saying, we call the Inspector General of Police, we report Gwere. Is that not the highest demented human being you can ever see on this planet?
I mean,
we come because
come to our rescue.
I mean, so anything Nigeria, all of them are bad because most is not good.
No cost again, but that way you don't drop already, socially.
You travel.
I know.
It was an article 19.
But it's just that Yoruba says that see Yorubati koja ekunta in me, right? You call them feel rainy because the situation is out of hand.
Deserve that to be there.
You know the saddest one. The sad one, Baba, is that if they should say, oh yeah, everybody, fine, okay, let's say, oh yeah, we'll give you the chance now. Yeah, come and choose. You will still see people that will actually tell you to go back to Anambra because of Tinubu. Even now.
See, you want to tell you one testimony now?
Tell me.
I know that maybe your last caller.
Yes, you are.
I won't tell you one testimony now. I beg. I'm not going to take your time. My own elder sister, where they say he buy shop. You go here, say that they pray some shop now for Lagos. He buy shops where he get inside that my job market alone. No be here. Do you know what happened? He buy and he gets your food. He buy and this is of the shop. He buy nothing less than 4 million naira. When he bought those shops, and this was about almost 10 to almost 10 to 15 years ago. We don't buy this shop. Do you know that before the election, they actually want to break all the shops. They want to demolish all the shops because in this very area, it was Igbo populated people in that very area. Do you know that during the election, the country said, let's say this will go really backfire us for this area. And they can't stop. As they don't swear give Tinubu going enter like this, and they break particular weapons. For sure, anybody will be weary.
Include that of your sisters.
For sure, law, they demolish everything.
Compensation.
So that was me. I'm not even the pity my sister because I don't already tell her say, "Oh, Ben in Tagobo, we didn't do it. We got all this crap, all this things." Tagobo, no Delta State law. Also, no Port Harcourt law because you work here with it. But no Port Harcourt law, Delta State law. Okay, over only sorry Yoruba. What about why do people sorry Yoruba? People sorry Igbo.
Everyone from after is Igbo to these criminals.
You are a Nyamuri?
In Yamuri, anything from after Ore, you be in Yamuri Lodo one, yeah.
You be Nyamuri, if you like, you talk say you be Urobo, you be Tinika, then Nyamuri here.
That's your problem. You be Igbo.
Imagine if human beings they look inside the point and say that what the shape for agon, what the 41 Nukokodi. Baba, in a nutshell, before I dropped the call.
No, Yawa Baba.
You see, this whole thing will don't happen. Baba, I could just tell you, I want to pay Mama Roma Shekini Lori phone. Bobo tí ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa yìí kí lórúkọ Bobo Calabar the way they talk about
that guy that is now laughing at people now laughing at IPOB wearing
now kó di pé wọ́n arrest Oyendu òun mo ti yọ kúrò nínú Post-Biafran platform àní platform wà pé gbogbo 6 states tó wà ní tó ń pè ní Niger Delta gbogbo 6 states there we have a platform èmi fún àmì mo yọ kò ń ṣòwò nìkan ó tún ní lady kan náà tó ń pè ní gbogbo set wọn yẹn àwọn owó làwọn ti wá wá sí
example you know why they use them as example is that we saw the role they played when we all thought we were doing the same thing fighting these criminals. We see the role they are playing right now.
This is because we are not paying attention. They don't fall out. Tete, where they don't fall out.
I know now.
We don't kick them out since now. We don't kick them before Yendu was even arrested at all. We don't kick them out. We don't remove them for all our platforms.
This Osimba guy, Osimba Okiloruko, he was still kind of still active as at January last year, even before they nominated Tinubu.
So what? I mean, many people they tell you.
So maybe because he's angry with some of you, that's why he decided to just go to Tinubu, or he's always been a mole or something.
Do you know the reason why? Do you know the reason why that left?
Because of me in the power of I don't feel like you. Every time I see that guy, every time I see that guy with Tinubu cap, I just shake my head.
So you know the line person correct him. You know the line person control him.
Is it what?
Now inferiority complex the warrior. He gets inferiority complex. You know they like me they can tell him what he go do. And for IPOB, if you cannot obey order or gas shift, let the rest move. So now what you can do and be that. If they look and say, who be this one will be saying, they control me, who be this one will go they give me order.
See,
and at the end of the day,
you attack. May I even tell you something? Me, I'm not even into what I mean, you know, why they do it in there. I'm talking about me as a person now, Mayegun. That all of you know very well. Okay. Let me now see something happen. And I see bold enough and I put Tinubu cap here. When they try they mock all of Una. That you don't want to believe in Tinubu. Tinubu is, let me tell you, you know, say, I'm like, Baba, what kind of thing will happen to me? What kind of thing can happen to a man to hit all his words?
You know, Mike, no verse, so make I talk this one. I'm not supposed to talk this one for your for your presence.
Okay then.
I'm not supposed to talk this one for your presence.
Oh yeah, no,
there's something that one of the IPOB, when after Oyendo actually recommended, because the truth is that I don't listen to you before, till when Oyendo recommended you. But one thing shook me when one of the leadership of IPOB was talking about you to me, and he actually described you the way I met you. And what he was actually talking about is that, you know, if you see person will be power monger, person will just won't make it the system that me did there. Me too, I want trend. Me says I won't make that they watch my video. I won't get viewer. Right. We get this dwarf for Finland where they do it now. So these are the kind of aroma that they never find in you. And you still even repeat the same thing this evening. When you were saying that, oh God, I not be your leader, I be waiting show here.
Yeah, you get. Maybe
I not be your leader.
Say, na me the way I'm out to fight for.
Me, I be one man mopo, Mayegun general.
Yeah.
I be one man mopo, Mayegun general. I be your conscience. I will keep on the dagger your heart. Your heart go dey bleed for blame. You go blame yourself till you go do the right thing.
That's what I say all the time. It's not a competition, you know.
Very, Baba, you are unique. You are unique.
You do well. I'll leave you to. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, and you should have your own a very wonderful evening over there too. Okay, thank you. Our time is so far gone, but you know, let everybody hear their views and speak their mind and the rest of that. You know, on issues like this. But always remember, okay, every time we do go after ourselves, even when we disagree, okay, you should know that it is not to our own gain, okay, and it is to the gain of those who put us in this position in the first place. The position where some of you want a Nigeria, not this one, a better one, Abi, that is working and working for you. So you will do everything to get that, not this one they are forcing on you. Others don't even want to be part of the Nigeria anymore. They want to be on their own. How did all of us ended up there? Because of the failed criminals. And they're still doing the same thing that pushed all of us to that stage. So I want to continue to encourage us and remind us that, listen, you have all our differences. We all have what we wanted. And we're all looking for all of this because we disagree with the status quo. Now, if we want what we want, even in our differences, we should be very mindful of how much fight to finish spirit that is in us. When we destroy ourselves, where two brothers fight, they say that strangers, they inherit their properties. So, sure, you know, and I wish I have that power. Like I said, I have that power to kind of make you agree and say, yeah, Mayegun, I agree. I mean it. But that's why I do this every night. Show to you why Nigeria is not working. It is mostly not your fault, not my fault alone. Okay? By understanding that if you have a chance of changing it, at least you probably will have a better country. But those who are making the country worse, they will deny you the opportunity of having a chance of changing anything. Since you can't change anything, you have to accept what they force on you, or you have to fight and push back. So everybody who is a victim of the rotten system, they should be united in one thing, fighting for, you know, the best of the best that they deserve, until you have that spirit of willing to actually fight and push. If you are still pointing fingers because you don't like this one, you don't like that one, and the rest of, you know what I mean? We are going to be here for a very long time, or maybe not. We'll go sleep. I'll see you some other time, okay? Remember, like my broadcast, share it, and then we will see you again. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ ọ́ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun. mọ̀ tó jódodo.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
MaiyegunDiary diary politico.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
MaiyegunDiary náà ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o.